ene ona ebetena efisabri kosi se nondu ebebo nondu ebo a metupia otumajan na medimani akire baabi a meko na enakọ efiadan so de ene yebojaye efiadan so de kwa megese di kaka kire se about 12 o'clock a intufo because obetufo agi so twen na ba Monday because amafo abo mo pa weekend enya about 12 pe odi afutuo kwa aboa enko etene awo tubo abo so na ta so no enye ne hwe timisro ni ese yi bia no pay ye beye na ensam de bebre ho ensam Dr. Don Femi Chiao bebrebe eguye ponso de obon krata no so abakama eno so ensam bebre enso so ewum na anopa me ne ho kasai beye 20 minutes ago edum Kumasi ija ato yase edum Kumasi Hello FM enchen ho opposite NIB Bank ija ato ho me kasa abrusan a eto aso 9 ija atum ankrofone ma ehye na Mira Studio ha no ena Asante eyi Mira Studio ha no na ato the second building emu na woni ni aya wasemi mu ne ya wo mu ne se eye dumso a NDC fo ene John Mahama edi abai ena edi saa kane edundumi edi aba na opani ba kon Kumasi friend na na kwasi ahen ene akasa short me just about 30 seconds na yenkotie ni a edi ejahye no aba yenkotie mra ha odi kotie
ya ba na light no eti na adum so na adum enti NIB bank ani mo kwa po ba ko no odi ka touchi ansa na babafo mo so de ne touchi tie ba sara se fire no e kate fire na se de besia no nti ensuo fo so amada ti akwasi adma be de ne kwa de se ne nkomo ha kienyan kenye sa ashi batenam so ma mantem ti no e ba ne nyina esoro de ne nyina ashi ai na kwasi ai na kasai ya ba na light no eti na adum so na adum enti NIB bank ani mo kwa po ba ko no odi ka touchi ansa na babafo mo so de ne touchi tie ba sara se fire no e kate fire na se de besia no nti ensuo fo so amada ti akwasi adma be de ne kwa de se ne nkomo ha kienyan kenye sa ashi batenam so ma mantem ti no e ba ne nyina esoro de ne nyina ashi ai na kwasi ai na kasai
yo na kwasi ahen a report no pay ya wakasa Kumasi ene nsentwefo bi akasa no pay nsa ka report anam kwan so awoko but ne ewomu ne say kanea adundum a NDC for baye ekoso asantemamu woka obi beka say wodi bibi ya amanyosem but Kumasi for be dia dance say edu biribi no na yedum kanea Kumasi na nyesei afedi asisi ano kanea no aye disco ewo Kumasi yedum na yaso yedum pese etimi ujina na no Ashanti regional minister oya NDC ni na kasa na numto o se ojina ne namu na yedum kanea na so be 10 times enti kanea yedum aso edum aso no eno ena no pay edum Kumasi Hello FM enti Hello FM say yeso amusuro se gya ne betimi atum nti o ma oda Hello FM fo nyina se dan a omuwo mu no omu nyina mfiri mu ena eja atom a me kasa abrusen eto aso na video na me de kire wi ena watie na kwasi adman so ene o se anopai beye nunsia ya na kanea no omudu ho no edum na aso omuhu ya ne se fedie ehoma no eja atom a abrusen eto aso nan enkrofo ne ma ehye ashase efiri soro ena ehye ediba fam eyarahosem eye ayarahosem eti Kumasi kanea dundum no mahuni akwa de aba akufo ado ene ba womia wo hoyi ane adum ni ho so na Ghana fo da bia me ka se gakufo ado ba ya na yese o mai mo aiden no you can imagine say abria o mai mo aiden uye baba na uye organizer na abakọ na uni kanea de be adwuma na ni mi di video fi adum Kumasi breo say edum Kumasi almost every shop biano as I activate the generator and back because ene wuni generator wuntimi nya adwuma e wo Kumasi mountain so ene sa no pay arehosem edam yinu abrosan yinu ene gya tumo bia nim say kuma adum de abrosan nya na Hello FM important wa opposite NIB bank nti report if you eba eno the reporter be call na ni besi oho bia no watimi e de abre nti ano pay baby atimi ni bia no sad news amen saka no ena me de ama wa ha ye wuntumi radio 95.9 any movement TV mesraw anopay kai se ene eye efiada na edu efiada se ya aben pete promo no ne atumu nkyene ti anopay ma mente wonka mo betwa de a betimi achem 2000 anopay a mo betwa de a metimi achem 2000 Ghana cedis eye kan 20 million ni abaya ne so befa phone no about star 256 star 4 hash star 256 star 4 hash uwia for number 2 no aye wuntumi radio movement TV Accra wuntumi radio movement TV Accra number 3 number of tickets ubetwa ba kwe 5 Ghana cedis 2 throw 1 obeto 5 cedis throw 2 obeto 10 cedis throw 3 15 throw 4 obeto 20 Ghana cedis na wonsoso no nkunumdie atimi ayewo de ntimi sraw baabi biara wo hwe me bia no anopay sika eguo na mutwade a meche 2000 cedis anopay ntimuntwa ne tentem na me mam 2000 cedis na afa bo ataso nsoso nipa so yo me ene weekend imagine say ene pa wadi 2000 Ghana cedis anopay na ode eco weekend ese utimi se mu odewu emu ede papa timisro monye ne sa na enkoso star 256 star 4 hash star 256 star 4 hash na wafa 2 ni ya wuntumi radio movement TV Accra movement wuntumi radio movement TV Accra 3 number of tickets pesoto 4 na odi umumo pin no edi account udi a enya fe ni ebeka say fasibra na anu ni odi microwave kura no abaha aba abegye microwave ko nti wo no libilibi no labalaba straight forward na ososo watwa bi na fe ni maso atimi akoso da sebre agye dwamena ene golden ebeka me ho na mayemfa dwudwam enfamra nsam de ebi ogana ne pa ya ato abrosan mienu emu ema mene okasei edan no ehye na ne dia ba ne so musa no pay kane a yedum ne aso dumso enema ija eto edan no emu nti eno ne ne asi okumase ya frɛ ye reporter okumase asoma no se wonko na hwe na onfa ho amanebo emoyen right me bra George Ire ra Samolofo Suban and DJ Solis and pay mu nyina good morning to you abusia enkoma ewo ho ne say national security for led by Richard Jakpa echo former Bank of Ghana governor NS Addison in the fee na endra asana meye endra bi ana konfo anoche ayi in the sense Holy Ghost nso na yi kire me a me buy na me baby say we a security operative na wukọ obi fie na wukọ ya search se wukura warrant se wunkura warrant na wura fie ho na wuka kire efieru ane say o pese wo disable the CCTV and sana wa carry out operations na wo beye no a na kire se wan fa adwen papa ene kọ ho ampani ampa nuane ampa endra minority leader abekache Ghana phone nyina no say national security for a call yewra NS Addison fie led by Ura Rich Dakpa no omkobo okro no yeso omko ye no omko kobo okro no yese 10,000 Ghana cedis na da papa no ne dem ne bedroom omo yi omo search wie omko ye no sika na yira we hunu na yiri jewelries ne komade na somade ne sane manema no eno nso so a ayira akroma de ko mo na mo ba ho na akroma de ko na me see you enti endro a question me bisae no eno ene da hoyi mo ko ye no ni jewelries no ayira ni sika 10,000 eno nso so ayira yesi ye bisa national security for na omo so omo ko ye no omo ehu sika bia na susu box empty susu box na omo hu ye. That's what I've seen online. Say I saw omo ko ye omo so omo hu empty susu box na me say na susu box no omo ko he mu ye den ehu say ye empty. If indeed omo ka so omo hu susu box a na omo peden wo susu box nim okay Bank of Ghana governor fee former governor fee so ko hwe vote no ko wa hu susu box na ko hu ye susu box no ko he mu ye den ade na wujini susu box nim na be ka se mi hu empty susu box enti ho so ene ababa ye asem da ho sanka CCTV ni wo ho a anke bia ebeboa enso ko e we disconnect afa control unit afa monitor na ka ho e de ko de wodi ko e de ebre ne betre national security for na ya tese iroko fo nso so ache national signal bureau chief airport endra no so yesi o mache no ti sabre de we MPP ni a bo aboso atete no a ena mo be komu a ye ka kire mo se mumpie nkwa campaign munyire mo ho na akufa ado ntana ba mu na in your own interest especially mo anamaji appointment ne kan na mo si edi matem enti atete ne de ebe koso a enyanyaye ebe koso pa nde afekura ni mu be den ntu ya MPP ni a endra minority leaders MPP ni bia mo an ho entu betimi aboa ho ahun timi mu ahun so ade ekomba na wa ekom ne ya chew na omodo eko but ekwan a mo fa so use national security no edi operate no enyafe na national security no so no the chairman of the National Security Council no the president of the republic John Dramani Mahama enti onkai no hunu say the SS ebeba nyina no ono na boboa no edibesie because ono na ye the chairman of the National Security Council enti SS ebeba nyina no ne ho na edibesie obi aye bone a na wo kwa akose na Ghana ha emra wo ha obi aye bone a monche no obi edisika monche no obi anye ho anoma obeka so obi edisika onfa ne ho nkodi obi abokro no a monche no na emra ene no eni obi aka bibi sekatachi afrifa di yeso waka say national security for involved in galamsey ndi we no agisi ye koche no rainbow styling wabria woto safre katachi no sebra na be yin semisa bia no a obe nante no aba na oba be yi ano na opese bibi wo ho no meso ode ne famra kwan so a na ode nafa so agisi ye de ehunahuna edi shemu ne ye se ne rainbow styling ne ye ko ne ba sa na ese ye dabi yentimi nchichi o mansa aha enya kwayem Ghana enya jungle enya kwayem na ya ka se aboa wosebo ene aboa efe ne sen jata wo mo no mo adinti wo mo timi de mo ho odin sisi nipa dabi Ghana ye under rule of law Ghana constitution say we are all equal before the law enti ya tena hai yen ka so obi adisika momfa ne ho nche no momma emra enyinini momfa amra kwan so na onkoyi ni sembisa no na be bono a ba bi ese yede nefa no na yede nafa so ano pai sa ensem ne da ho person da ba godo no motena se a ibewram na yede mu enkomo the other aspect aye honorable Sarah Adwo Asafo former MP for Dom Kwabenya obaha obekasa obekkan ensem bebre wako other media organizations so akasa and the general secretary of the party issue statement anopano e can say party ni bia NCZ say all discuss party issues e media ni e ba sa na Adwo Asafo respond say general secretary discussion ya ye kan wasimi wona start ye aye hu so wo radio tour na wo discuss party matters na wo ka say na Akufo-Addo kura na so odin a wontie party no asem wo ka asem a wontie na di defeat ne bai enti obi a cheche ni nsemu se general secretary timi cheche ni nsemu a then party member bia ebetimi a cheche ni nsemu enti no wono Adwo Asafo de obi antimi nka na no ntum edu na nwumre no na party no the statement assign so aba se Adwo Asafo nsem a waka no ebu party no animtia enti ya refer no to party no disciplinary committee se onko na onko yi nsemi se ebo no a party mpanifo ebetwe na so abusamu be kan ya on the 6th of February 2025 Nkrofo bi ye Kumase on the 5th or on the 4th amu ye press conference Kumase on the 6th and I'm back na hana me kan say enipa bi ahyase e kasa kansa mo a emwa party ni unity na sa Nkrofo no omu ye ordinary party members tieriye me nka so bi ye party member onim yansa but ordinary party member no wo twe na so a enya den enti ordinary party members no ahyase ekeka sansem no mon panifo entwe wo mo aso se de ebeye nse na ho sabre no makwa press conference wa santimantemu se omo so omo ye concern NPP traders na uraba womia ayede ne call election no eno na amwa because one ofisrem na oye kremuni na ni nipa ban se esremuni ni kremuni no amwa party no because esremufo anto aba nkremufo anto aba enti no amwa party no enti eno na omugina so a na omode ka se ensese obia eto aba edema Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na party no ensesa no na omofa honorable Kennedy Japan enfamra in fact omo ye specific in their demand na me ba ha be kan se party mpanifo san Nkrofo no man twe o maso na mu jaa omo no mu toa so on that tangent a mpanifo bi so de omo tim ehya ase se omo kasa the party cannot contain them and the party cannot control it. And me suffer general secretary and I'm suffer national chairman say woman na party ni wo munsam sesi a ntomuntu na mobi yanti kitame yanti jame akire ehun safi party na panifo no ahya se kasa research minsa bunsu kasa general secretary kasa ni we kasa obi a church nsemu wa bre na party na committee ene se Adwo Asafo di so ebae ansana party no sanction se yebe sanction Adwo Asafo then na Adwo Asafo be ka se adena general secretary kan bi de yan sanction no adena seche mensa bo su kan bi de yan sanction no adena we kan bi de yan sanction na mimi Adwo Asafo me ka bi ne yan sanction me is it because masamo America no ebo aba wo mianti ana so ma hu se asama me kan no wa hu se abam eduru sa abre yi a na ebema party no control no ayedin because if Frasia no ena mo so ano a anka party no emedu ba be edwin mo ahwe yi a obi be ka so obi favorite we empe we asem tina we ka asem ema we ka asem ti a we ni de wa anya ho hwe na mo we ka asem e favor we ni de wo tu ana mo ayi bibi ye mo de sa ye party no a party ni bebre asante me send you a video of me presentation on the 6th of February 2025 yeah my monthly T4 we me professor is adi we and then me prophecy me na bem and pay me ya counseling letanya safo asaso na my counseling ha na oba na odi me hye nkomo a ebeto me hu se me nkom seto asante me enko video ni mra in the constitution of the party no say party no wa ban mu see some people make that mistake but that's where party no wa ban mu or opposition no the leader of the party no the national chairman of the party sabre e ka say party no enyi na Akufo-Addo nsem na Akufo-Addo wa wie ne die wakwakwata
oni party ni hwi ye ontimi di ma party no bio
Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia party no enyi ne nsem ye the flag bearer and man no wa ya wie wakwakwata fie sabre ye ka say the party no ewo the national chairman any general secretary nsem because omo na the steering committee no omo heso ansana ekọ the second highest decision making body of the party and national council no a eno so yera council of elders ana yera hakmunu so adma eden edano go national chairman any general secretary modi yakọ position they can't fill the party. We are telling them look, they cannot fill the party this time. Opposition na akono enipa no bebre ya cheche mu menipa adwen ate asese you cannot blame the national executive per se. Because factors now, a man party ni lose you know, a also saying the performance of the national executive. We might count so, and I've been on record say, can election national for a deploy resources. Someone a coffee panel the last election, but now the national executive committee have got the power to manage the party. Samu jai na kwahwe abafo bi asase ena ye what Samantha media sa candidate way ye mpani because onya kani ye mpani because oye kramuni ye mpani because oye say saman krake whip no sa abre yi a na empanifo bi enso de omho jim na mo sha se omo kasa ebeji mu nsam aji mu nsam a muntimi nya bibi enfa ho enti ene dua no a ebewo no ye tu ase ye ntwa so. I am calling on the national chairman and the general secretary of the party. Say party no ebe wini 2028 election na ejina conduct of the party so asante patro hwesa video nso be hu a Nana Akufo-Addo say better our conduct. And ye catch the party before say edua bi hu mre bi na ahya ase na we ye kramoni na we nya kani na we say no. Ye catch that party in 24. Omo ma de enchi so. Omo take a decision on some of those issues. Na omo en crack whip no. You see a party no opposition. Nana Akufo-Addo. You see a general secretary be catch say ye can send be Nana Akufo-Addo ntia. Ye fa nya because the party is not under Nana Akufo-Addo's control. Nana Akufo-Addo we in the juma okọ party ni wa ban mu party ni wa opposition o party no national chairman who na leader of the party and then bibi ebesu of party mu bia no we will hold the national chairman and the general secretary accountable for bibi ebesu of party bia Dr. Bawumia we na juma as flag bearer isi ano obetumi afre leading member of the NPP obetumi afre Ura Kennedy Japan leading member of the NPP obetumi afre Dr. Kuto leading member of the NPP. But in terms of leadership, a general secretary, only national chairman. Mon kom emma mutimpo. Nia efra se ebano. Mantimi anso ano. Na mu jaya ebeji mu nsam. Abri amu wa ban mu a na mu wo authority ni nyina akro mantimi anso ano. Emma Nkrofo party nje so. Na ma be opposition. It must issue a strong warning to the rank and file of the party. Obi abebusubiano sahani pano montwena so because someone yes hadia obia will mobilize to defend himself because I want now for a press conference and obi a kremoni and joint mini party and look a nipa a declare support for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. They did so without insulting or denigrating anybody. Adentina obi say or supporting Ura Kennedy Japan and say o denigrating Bawumia and or say no and sana was supporting Kennedy Japan. Say or ye kremoni or you say so obiso start say on also can intia as obi to on Kennedy Japan at this time. Can we contain can the party contain obia to talk like that? Can the party contain them? And yes, general secretary say, "Omo from 90 from Mamia Fakoto ho. Mamia Fakoto ti ne ekoso no wate. Omo hwe no bia wan ko jina ba bia nka say, omo ti wuntumi ho. Ena omo ye say party no. The ekoso no Mamia Fakoto I'm expecting some of you some bekasa because you do bribia ye kwa about us no. Na mo criticize ye mu bi. All right, asante me da say. Enti we eye on the 5th of February 2025 year. Ena the year sa statement we esre party 24 said near ashase na boboba no. Omu form 9 insifam. Na omuntu ase momu ntwa so. But subsequently who say party 24 no amum ebi round cheche ensemu. Fast forward and adwasa fon so aba ono nso so atiesim enso so kyerɛkyerɛ nsimu asante pa atwɔhwɛ mampani Akufo-Addo better conduct no eto mame na ebi adwo asafo de no afei de ano ayehye until the party is being forced to take action and eno na hwe yi a edi ohaw ebeba da sebre Dawuro na enima mu tsen
nyame adawro ma nyame mu ye ya du haidie
de Nyankopon ase
no chese ya nkasa ti be da twedi am nyame ase
yes
wakora ya bedu sa
na odi ababedu
anya chia Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ne yire Ajia Samira Bawumia na do dan Kwaku-Addo ne yire e ma mere be Kwaku-Addo na former president J Kufuor anu so e be chia wo
okay
anu am so ka se me ko DVL
yeah
nti me ko to Greater Accra Regional Director Mr. Atakuma Mensa.
Okay.
We ni papa. Okay. Ubeka no 37 years.
Oh yeah. Me kai pa.
Kudu ho hwe me kama ntimi manachi. Na Mr. Daniel Apiaje nso Prime Insurance. Me chia obunyina no pay.
Okay. Yo. Nti ne wo ho no.
Ensema waka ne bebre nei. Sele o kan no mpanimfo si dua nya we bo ne etuase yensen so. Asema ye kan Emma Kumasi boys bi di me kotena wo mo TV bi so di matemu a ba me no ateni wu be di matema ma de achokra me mfa me nya kam nukure no wi a wo de opa kotena busumi so di matema de nchi me mfa ho me de hia me ne nukure na maka ewiase nyina ate no de baka na kire bi ya no ye court akira bobo mfa so bi eni so ye kan se dabi ebeduru ha and they do honso because party no obi enye obi ajapade obi be fi so ba mu jaba omia but wonso awuso ba mu jaba omia no omo ti party na wonka ho sabra edubo himo ne mpanimfo no JB Dawuro ne hin mpanimfo ebubo mu din omo ti party no woni pa na wujira wose ba omia ba da be no na wonka ho. But once aba benya party ni magina wanya no party ni mu enti mensuso me ka ho party no
na me pa cho abra keda for ne bae no cool no ekoso na je na no poku adma no
wani nka ho joma ha makura no nka ho
me pa cho fonka games e bae na je na no poku adma
no ni ba bia ni ye monitor politics
na je na no poku adma na oye politician na
onye politician no
onye academic na ochena de and onye vice president MEDC for
Enti ya
but how many times and what to send this phobi can say Jena no poku my professor or your outsider when
you can be that and so MPP for it me be ya no catch obi
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia five times we call 4 times as running mate and we call 2 times as running mate and 2 as vice president and 1 as candidate into our MPP ticket so for 5 elections but of 5 elections 4-5 years
20 to be a watching party mu e 20 years but me be we no ka say we ho ba da ba e bra party no ejina kono na ye panyansafo amo ba ko defend the party no Supreme Court there mo amosi party ne mo dia no mo amosi mo no wate no mo amosi mo na mutumi di atem no na mo nyina mo adane ma mo pupu mo tuagu baabi Dr. Bawumia na sabre fe na nam so ba party mu no woni ko gina court ko defend the party no na university ye ko twa metwa bi nkotwa bi ye kwasini misiri bi ye babodin di amente yese ono na modin be ye ayi caterpillar na mde na ko yi kwan edu se ye gusu asphalt na kai be faso de o faso bi enyeyi ade na ewo ho no sampanimfo na hwa nka wo mo abasa issue a situation no kura na afi asemasa because me de enra me hunu so ma ye no nyame ni panimi ni wo ma anya ade party national executive
no ade no ti o that's where esese omoye
that's what you say come started that
na make no ye che no man che
ani nti ya say ye kan say mo pese mo nka bibi de wo mo ye ni kumasi nkwasa asoma ma hye di ni kumasi no a ebedum le mo kan obi beka say mo de obi hu tan na ye and they no ebra mo ko ye sa press conference no no Canada Japan no vote ha no and na mutumi se chine ka kire wo mo a anka mo kan josafo de nko bia beka bia mamo but ho de mo ye mum mo ntumi anka didn't like just for the idea, Monya no Becassa. Some of the 2 minutes from someone and then yes, I didn't to mamma.
That's where Mampani Akufo-Addo and the party no Ekasai. Sabria on a party ne Kasai, na party ni wa bem. And no catch a party for and say, better our conduct, better our chances in the 2024 election. Or say from unknown President Akufo-Addo, the Vice Bawumia, the Chief of Staff, to the least person who NPP mu. And NPP conduct no, anye ye, NMA party no, abidu baby a edwi. Now, party no opposition. Still, Mampani asema okai no, irrelevant. Say, better the conduct of NPP members and the better the performance of the party in the next election. Maybe most of video no. Now me the akai NPP for. Ne ma catch NPP for penny for say. Achia emuye penny for say den. Esa bi bo nyina. Obi e target obi a. Meetings a ekoso ne akoso. Eda ye bobo aba ni wie ba omi akonsi defeat kwesiada ne dwoada meetings bi koso. Ya koso a ebi akoso London enne manema nyina na eda waso. Enti se ba sa pa that nkrofo fele say obi a target. Zanya ye nra be kan say ye say ura se chi mensa busu abon hopo say e be suspend ni. We ya sa pa na akwakwa say nkrofo target say ye be targeting nkrofo bi na ye di nkrofo bi ani. Enti still Mampani Akufo-Addo asem no irrelevant. Me bo wi a ye Democrat na be to aso. Ye nka ho asem bi. Asante patcho me enko.
Future of our party is about the success of our government. And the success of our government is about our conduct. Each one of us, beginning with me, President, through the Vice President, through the Chief of Staff, through the Minister Executives, the executive, the people we put in as District Chief Executives. Our conduct is what will determine the success of our government. Jointly and severally. If we conduct ourselves well, if we respect wishes and aspirations of the Ghanaian people that brought us here today, and comport ourselves with dignity, with humility, as people who have come to provide service to our nation. That is the foundation that will allow us to build on victory upon victory upon victory upon victory for the future of our country. Our party is about the success of our government. And the success of our government is about our conduct. Each one of us, beginning with me, President, through the Vice President, through the Chief of Staff, through the Minister Executives, the executive, the people we put in as District Chief Executives. Our conduct is what will determine the success of our government. Jointly and severally. If we conduct ourselves well, if we respect wishes and aspirations of the Ghanaian people that brought us here today, and comport ourselves with dignity, with humility, as people who have come to provide service to our nation. That is the foundation that will allow us to build on victory upon victory upon victory upon victory for the future of our country.
Enti asante me da say we President Akufo-Addo 2024 sa tape we relevant ne. Enti MPP members conduct and a better say party no ebenya victory and a party no enya victory. Now oka members are send you no describe and say if he or non and Akufo-Addo so. And this time party no opposition. It's if President Akufo so because on the first president. Into Gusuti as if President Akufo so e could see the grassroots person so party no bi ni bia conduct and a betre say NPP ebe win the next election and NPP ebe lose the next election. But mean be a key be ma NDC for some timi e break this 4 likely some be break 8 because John Mahama obeko 1 oko 1 year the vice president no enye likely so be lead party no so NDC will have to introduce 2 new candidates. Dr. Bawumia a known commodity. MPP ejaja ne ho e the divisions eba party nim na party no sign lose 2028 then the party should look at because nipa obedi NDC anymore no will have to go for 8 years na party no bet no position 12 years it ade bia wo ye bia no enne e ya na wadwen hu mienu bodo machi
ya nua menua
bia bokode
nyame adom ahoden wo ho
eda mase bebre
nyame adom ahoden e wo ho
eda nyankopon ase
Kwaku
yes
nkoma wo diaba no eye kama me enra me hu krata no a ewura Justin Kudu ade baaye no se me ka say well better late than never but na enforceability ekwa kom between this side that ye adwuma no na me wo challenge kaka be say we kom be da hu say sabi produce Kwaku omuntimi enkase mu obi enka party ho asem e wa bonten because party no eye public institution o do mo kan say ade a obeka na de papa bu aba party no ahoro bi busa question say na asem be kwa na wo kan e che say na wo de papa mu eba party no Kwaku sa ya stick do sa marking scheme ho le kuta minimum do kuta sa marking scheme
no constitutional the party na make provision for sa marking scheme no
say asebe obeka
and constitution of the party no I make provision for sa marking scheme
yes asebe obeka
o man chese o kan say ya
that be o say asem bia ebegu party bia
na ede ba asem na wo ka egu party mu fi
na the godona wo ni masem ebegu betima egu party no
it say wo ka say that dey Kufuado as president be the example na Kufuado as president ebia the decisions bia wo take ye as president no one taking ye in the interest of the party ya no egu party no finance egu party no fi
say the no na make
yeah me put that question no
say me dey me obi bu sam dey ma party no position me be say na Nado Dan Kufuado any professor Michael Quay omo na ma party no lose 2024
see wo party wo so dey no obi be ka say
president
eno engu party no so wo ase na me nchirim kakra say obi eka say enfo obi ni party nanim because oye kremuni na MPP for your supporters account for any Christopher eno na din papa mu ba
ya no ngu party no hu fin
eno na ti eno na din papa mu ba
but egu party no hu fin
na din papa mu ba egu party no
ti de me ka elia no obi so take a cho say olu so support na Kufuado say so kan ye ade papa mu beba it is be very you see there's a very very thin line obi to ka cho say and me metima ka cho de bia say na Kufuado amamuo e can be one of the best chief of staff na nani edinya
can be the best yes one of the best
make us asem we ya wo de make us asem we ya me nye so de papa mu beba na so omo so support ma me free maka say what the tolo can say it just de papa mu beba it they should be very very careful na momo no wa wo ye nipa ya wo ye MPP ni ya party no e de wakoma so wo so ye nipa wo eti asem bia so be kara bonte no wo de wa adwe hu kwa akiri se de wo ka no e be kwa eti nipa bebre ana
and press before mo say mo
yeah
say asem ya wo be kan na so bi say be yesu
because the article 35 no and it enjoins every party member to promote and defend the good name of the party. And which na de bia da no me tuche e de mayira bache jako or say whether good or bad my party first.
But yes, you to promote the good name, no. But does it mean so would even criticize it? One party be man. Is that the case?
That is not the case.
It's the mention is a nipa kasa. Was one of us we any panintino. June whom ye numian busa say, as some way, a beer calcula put it in a different way without necessarily harming the party. What I say? But said the woken alien. Meme support to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Any day, anytime, anywhere. But met Makarota Baumia wants for the next 1,000 days. Abraham mo the opponent be heading. Kwaku say me support me kasa say me nye will be. But obi support will be instead of promoting the panel. Now what the denigrate the other person said that we can no. Eti wo twi hu bi ko eche busa wo say, "Hey, me ni player me support ni. Ye me di the opponent atemi. And the competitors atemi. Say me the panel win ya. One more me do matem no. On betaba on board na. No I can say no as I be diako, no vote. Sa asem me hu a pure madness mami. No as I be diako, no vote. Na me say okay, no fatabu baka, no vote. That's what can say.
So there be a vote.
No asana, what's what can say? Eti ye no for the bear and so on. Na wo bia onipa edua. Say. Na ba ko pe winia 6 na aka no. Some say know this, know that. Eti say it's a open wa winie. Eti no media party no. I think say ini omo chey. Say the Kwaku na boss we can say 1st February. Say by that time no komo e ka say ubetwe the party no komo dan so no mo should be circumspect dia eye. Hwa asem bi Kwaku. Professor Michael Kwe mo ayo mo ye no. We bebe 2-3 weeks time. Ombe wi. Kwaku mu wi a report no. I'm telling you, ya kwa the controversy beba. This is the controversy. Party a internal no mo ye you. Omebusa omo say at the report yam publish it and am yam publish it. I can tell you say the decision to publish or not to publish. Ya kwa the controversy beba.
But say no dey ayi wo ho. Presidents wo such report yam publish it.
Okay,
the latest one even the latest one your staff for committee report and right now me new region boy do come asemo na report no e bi kura no say sa report we ye ma copy enfam bia
yes
ye the general secretary not the national council for discussion.
But you see sa asem no so no going from eteti asemo say nipa edibie ni eba more
and so me be no
you see
say maybe you were able to control it
yes
because sabre no na anibue ni ma te say ne.
But say no, I can tell you say MPP before decide say Professor Michael Kwe report no, they will keep it to themselves a major problem.
No, but they can't publish it too. It cannot be published.
You don't tell me controversy beba no.
It cannot be published.
It more bien ka say that committee na ka report na ka say is the panacea.
Ne bema nkrofo. E the problem ne beba ne say. Say obi decide say obi leaky sections of the report.
Obi be say that's why ye Kwaku.
So we leaky section of the report. Then people will call for the whole report to be published.
I'm telling you.
And so much managing say na John Boadunum and manage your staff for report there. Then fair enough. So the National Executive Committee will implement the recommendations. Now see.
But yes,
but say we publish any aspect of the report there. Then the full report will have to come out.
And ye wo ho sisi ye kwatu about last year. Not about me almost 42%. Meboa.
Onya almost
41%.
Which me are apprenti.
Easy for crowd there two or more websites so say when you are 41 point something. Tibon koso fu obi da so nenam. Say when you are 38. What you say? Adia ye clear. Easy official report say obi say report we. Obenya wo bia mo abetro say wo report ni bi. Le say asumasi ai ene ye say. Say me about me say say me ye say ya.
Well, report you about.
I feel I'm responding. Media as a party decide this one make people to themselves, which may be a good decision. But they should make sure say where the Pompia Bonte. They should make sure say where the Pompia Bonte. Kwaku address of was a bar and run. And pedifo essay omra no me no one. Mesri. Adwabeko ba party penifo omunte break kakra because edipa bi akasa dadaw edisika adwa akasa January kan be dey and ko ka the same thing so kan be dey and another thing is say one mo ka say o mammo nka ho asem ka ho asem munya mankofo nka ho asem na mum mo abeka ho asem no munya circumspect na muhu level betimi aka koduru say ya ka ho asem aka but I can tell the public say some ma ye nim yehu the experience no ye nka 10% because you can see a 12% go power hwa asem besi eti wo we party na beka ho asem bia no to obu ase kakra na wusase na wo ka no de wo ka no ho asem wo hya na bontia wetima chia no nam enkofo they say Kwaku and so many platforms enkofo are overly sensitive and we mu na asoma we so nkoka say and we mu na asoma we so nkoka say is a party mu wo ka asem bia yes we na asoma we na ye say and mo fa mo ho and am so munye say emwa people must be ready to accept criticisms. A public institution. Sabanya ne sadia, then the Kwaku as secret society, yanka mwasem. Media mesri. As General Secretary, statement of the bar first. No. Ubi a party member biano. Ye ben treat mu say, modie, monshe, na mungo by the one. But I'm thinking about if Uka is a before call presidential premise. In fact, I'm not coming now. I send him a message say, and some cry you jimbo change we can no. Now say I just have the cream you have. You jimbo change, and some of can be jimbo change. Every and in someone Musa superior. I can you be you. I just have phone can 10%. It's that you and it's an American say, where sir, or we be same. Why now you gentry and someone a favor? I just have some more kind of favor hana. Is it say national executives no any penny for no nipa na you jimba chentry katiano no normally je ho ana na just have den de omani nyi ho ntino mutu ana mo ana o yes ape na fe nkrofo sha say bisa sa questions no enuti as far back as 6 February me be kan wa fidie say mpanifo mo ntu ana mo na mo nsia no bago no na o kan no achia emuye esia bebu nyina
me hu say
esia bebu nyina
mpanifo no o ma anya no wrong adwade no an commitment my friend no a obi anti
o da bi a party hihye
oh me some nim say but no so tio a party hihye but obi frɛ mu obi kan bi mu kan hwe endi kamati sa adwo ka bi metimi afrɛ no kura say adwo abra obeba maka yin say ye nua ba yesrew party ni say ne pese nti odi nyabotere man en na anye public yi but say aye public na man force also be the message aba
yeah
because obi kan bi na I mean etia obi party ni mpanimfo anka ho hwe ni nyina nso aye abato na chi no mu nyina aye yo enti obi ye ni de December 8 no obi ye ni de March 21st ni nyina aye peo enti ade na obi de mu ye din na afa na obi de mo pitira mo ye enti na bema nipa ka ade na mo ye no mo so mo ye de adwen bi ache nipa
tri mo pitiri me de me no we on be adjuster for my friend ni ho nye ayi fine squad
dabi
on betimi akotie no na odi for krom akose no no mo the way asset benchmark no ana ye base ayi di ato se obia emusu bium na mum adwoade ya bai aye na yetu anamoyi obi di e ma na ma yedin omuhwe na obi e di ama party mpanifo anka ma no antum me die I called for these actions me hamisa adwomato o ma frɛ na tonsa fe na obedwamu a na obi ate party ni bi ate outcome beba no o mon publish party ni bi ente going forward se adwo abowa na ya frɛ ne de a obi so eba wa yen frɛ no enya saa de agodon ebe yire se ementa senku aha ye wuntumi radio 95.9 any movement tv misraw aben peche promo no ekoso ano pemi pese me che 2000 Ghana cedis mutwa meche 2 bantwa de a discount be ko but star 256 star 4 hash nafa option 2 ye wuntumi radio movement tv Accra wuntumi radio movement TV Accra we are na afei so no wabo modia na wakyere number of ticket episode twa ba ko 5 Ghana cedis so 1 5 so 2 10 3 15 4 20 adeko na we are wo do mu pin e de aka ho we discan obi antwa bisisi a na yen chiska enfama microphone
Kwaku ma call YouTube na comments the part be but very interesting e bi fam obi so fa wo
almost saying
na ba ko bi Daniel Broby was say God, I remember during the heat of the campaign you stood in the studio and spoke bad about Adwasafo and Adwasafo and didn't Adwasafo and question why she was part of Dr. Bami's team.
Yes, we do.
Double standard. Double standard the bed.
No, double standard. No,
double standard the bed.
What double standard?
A da Adwasafo ba no. Me catch no.
Me catch any say me catch mechanic several times say e say part of the
for the put dey say won ndi komo wa outside. Ba ya ba no. Me bisa ne say wate enka na. Wate nsam a ya kan fa ne ho. Na oka de oka say oh auntie ye pie no say wate ni na. I say look there yen suro ne ye kan. Because ana fa Adwasafo ye de ne ba ha no. Enya se ye de ne ba ha say so me ye den. Na Adwasafo nya party ni.
Yes.
Party ni be no be ka so ba ha no yen ka say ye manaba. Na John Boy do so e. Any omo a ehwan po bi na ba ha. This week arumako ba fi ba ha. Obi aba ha. Miracles Dennis Abo Ajaba ha obi aba ha obi a wo ye party prosenya konso aba obi o ye party ni bia ka so owura kana Japan kra frɛ sɛ ene obeso oba program yi so emanaba adentia
of course
ade hwan onipa obi sa owura Lanche Martin de manema on the say so onye
pipi ni bi
and to baba wo fa
you cry betumi de naba
ona
Atakaneri.
Ofa tiewo.
Unim. On this 5th of February, na me frese encrophobia shase kasenti entwoma so patcho na Adwasafo aba ha.
Da bi ma.
Na Adwasafo ma ha.
Na me ka se ba ko bi so
ka. Your position no ensesan.
Enra. Edipa bi ni mi di nkomo. Na ade na mo ma adwa e ba ho na obeki kansem wei na ba kokoro po de wo ye wo se na before wo ba no. No akọ radio station bi akọ kanse bi ti ade na ye tieti ne amra na so what is ye ti
ye kotie radio station
what is ye ti
and I say so be send the pan say na ye na so because ye bono ba bi dia ye make am say
and me dey asem busa na me hwɛ maka cha wo say MPP for problem ba ko any agenda setting omu ni bi ene ma ko so media mu a omu ma je so mo nte na mo mfa ho. In fact, what they according play videos be of advance some work the day before ban. Station be okay. And I'm saying the man tie. And I'm say okay. Say party penning for etie the day before war by hand. And na omuhu say asema adwa kan yi. Ebia amwa.
Upon you na
point dey say komoye.
Me na no afre.
And I'm that day no say na flyer no so ne na mu. Etie say ka say party for no e wo say obo so boutique controller. Committee part for say oh enra ebia ye kwa ye adwa kasa wo baabi na nese wo kana no wo hye ye na kasa eti bia oba mo hono ma mo try na ya mo ma ni bia mo control say ba mo obia anka hwe mo tim baabi wa beka na sema wo ka ese wo kan e bi de pa o ebu on so e ha wo pa o eti no ye ye pedi hu nkomo ka say feedback no e varied. Where you say. Going forward, we are party member now. We can party once a man. June home say as my walk no. A better part many munyamuana, and I say a party any munyam. What could be the best for the meantime?
Go on. The sunny all kind of. As same way, yes, share party penny for be brave. Yes, I share national chairman. Yes, share Bamos at my buying over. And now buying the boat position ye champagne for. Ya catch from say, Sasembi Koso, ye are the disposal of the party. As a party no way and set resource. As you do baby deploy our resource no. They don't care. Sana walking, I draw ye flyer a quabonting. I draw ko baby kokasa.
Yes.
Obi maybe na me host the program. Obi po send the test.
Dabi
and obi amfre anka say obi a unia. Adua some adua ko e de sisi nti ha de obafi to ba e bia de yenye ne sei na ebe bo party ni and for bia
ho party pen for komo ye
na for bia ho anji no me na say me I don't want to use some expressions. Enti adwo akokasa mo tie obi akokasa obabi a na me di akire. Enti na to da bia wo ha na obi afrew. Ai da no wa he tie kotie UTV sesi ya wait ho na tie nsem o kaka na chama respond pa cho.
Omo kasa asa na me say aden.
No wa ha na obi afrew. Ai what station wey kotie na obi ka wo ha sei o chama kaka bi nche no. Na me say madam yede adwuma yede ama yene say ye make ka bi nchen crofo yes sir what you say because the station no at the disposal of the party say party no and deploy the whole station and ye mu nipa ye adwuma nyina na ye mu party ni adwuma ben fa obi aho me godon adwo ba ha no ma me nka me nokre ensem bi wo hono mo a na metimi ay follow ups
but because of
the party because me ye follow ups answers beba no emwa nti bo kan na my na my den me ko onipa during the interview me kai say party meeting aka so pani a or sending me message ma me joy say
yes
and or sending message can say adwa ai too emotional nti say na me say mama ti nti and questions bi okra ma misa okay me bi won ma me kase ni follow up me probe further pay and the problem beba nti yesremo ya wie abuja haye wontumi radio 95.9 movement television karama for so na bo kana Japan come to asidosu kara ye twen no ene yi akro ba ye aden ye ne be ye adwuma ye be ne be kasa pepe nti ye twen se ona bo kana Japan na se ayi a friend is saying Philip Chum Yebua. One of the spokespersons for Nabo Kana Japan.
Yeah.
But almost every week bia Philip, almost every Wednesday biano or has every Thursday bio so Tuesday bia. Eren na ye adwuma. Ti ha de I don't know Kana Japan yan pipi ni.
Wanyan pipi.
Ma me kan we go don. Ohun say Abre Ashanti region report ne bae no. Ye kan first people e nya report no. Ye nya no. In fact, e da ye nya report no. Me can say ade chi a e ba be discuss report no by we program pe e meeting na me can say no then we concluded say yeah can report no answer because see e discuss our report na we be ka ko gina ba bia ka say ye the report ne ban no wuntumi dia man nkola no say na ye omo ka ai wuntumi dia man nkola no e no mo de TV no mo TV no so na omo din krofo atem enti e ba happen e take a decision say sa Ashanti region NPP report no yanka ho asem and obi o tie program yi bia be hu say sa report no ye discuss ye emu asem ne ye say report no ye ni o ye wo report no because asem bia ni we be su NPP mu a ye yente enso ye take decision say we are not going to discuss it ona bo se che mansa bosu ye friend wo ha ne nka sa report no asem da because in nim sadia party for tie e be ka say wuntumi the report the man wa pen no the man nkola no e no mo tie o TV no so e no mo didi atem epa macho era mase na otwa ba pansima enkron ano pe ye ni owura kwasi akwa Alexander kwasi akwa MP for Achimoda constituency former deputy health minister ye no ebedi enkomoda still na no minority no eguso ebom homodin minority no guso ebom homodin power parliament endra say me MP or MP another first time in fact Endra will bo adwuma papa Kenneth Enra honorable Kenneth Daniel Kenneth Enra will bo adwuma e ma chenkrofo ani agesa pa to force no hontuma ani asem ketwa enti the bonkrata no aba sama ka twese Kumasi jato adum Kumasi anopai kane adudum ya no ami jato nti ebekọ ebedi nkomo but yafa the bonkrata no na yenram na fi nsem wo mu nyina soso no yenfa emra ti anopai Daily Graphic, the biggest selling newspaper since 1950. Hey, kwa wonso ba yiri o. Se kwa ma hene foforo. New kwa ma hene pledges to improve agric other sectors. And also Ben Galamsey excavators, activist advocate. Adewe, anakufari yeso beshi. Yesi men she monko gine be yadwuma. Na egu adenta won egusugu hana
isi kwan ho
na nu ya mete se na omahene ka kobras omahene kobras ante ka se o twam no hu se nkrofo bi ye hu adwuma ina me se omu betutu da konwiram e de akwa kotu ai electric chem phone so omu hu sim bi e ho ba godon excavators no When him say Ghana import, you say the third or the fifth commodity Ghana import power by Ghana. 6.2 billion. I think the third or the fourth commodity Ghana and no any water pumps no commodity import power by Ghana.
Excavators.
Yeah,
any, no companies
any water pump now the pump issue no. And no. You see import and some ketwa at the back Ghana.
No, but you see, Kwaku, excavators are doing. Any poor bear importers excavator no. I will say that's what they call it. Say what company construction more.
Road contractors.
Now you know excavators and your port one number. And you need panic rubber.
The backers are on the import road contractors.
Contractor benya.
So on the overturn to road contractor penalty to be.
You see, Kwaku me me bo party. You make to deal with a day with airport. Any power what they contract a year abba. The friend is saying. Why import to excavator?
Excavator.
I was a man filling forms. What they call a day or tongue was a iron. And what the obedience one import to brand was iron. Why was he import to brand in ye? Wakas walk or tongue, the shop was here. And the shop baby what display in the heifer. Obio Baba Tobiano, I was saying anything.
Hold on. Honorable Peter may we start a project be. Excavator be a baby mubiano. The track a bebo. So they bet me a track who baby excavator and echo. I buy some yet to drones. Say drones, so I want to be monitor mining. Go on. And Crophobia, you must see saying. And see, and now some media if you cross a gold board, no baby been so almost better excavators. Eddie Mancro for the micro mining. And I'm a Simona Moody youth in mining by a damn more lunch youth in mining, Baja Marcas, and mobile excavators, my Bubu Diagma. And that was a brea excavators, a dear mining, able to so Ghana, ma'am.
Kwaku, so the Uka say former CCU signals.
Yeah, picking and
leader, minority leader at Trohumbi.
Okay.
It's a Yankee crack.
Okay.
Was saying. One day, one human rights abuse. NDC's persecution of political opponents continues. Was it Mr. Kwabena Edubuahin, former Director General of the National Signals Bureau, arrived in Ghana from London Heathrow on Thursday, March 20th, 2025, at approximately 8:30 p.m. on a British Airways flight. Upon arrival at the CIP, he went through immigration formalities. While patiently waiting in the lounge for his baggage, an immigration officer informed him that there was an issue with his name that needed to be rectified at the main office in Terminal 3 departures. He was also told that he needed to have a discussion with the immigration boss. Mr. Edubuahin willingly followed the officer to the immigration office at Terminal 3 departures. After about 10 minutes, he was informed that he was on Yoko's stop list and was wanted accordingly. Deputy Director of Yoko, Raymond Acha. Deputy Director of Yoko, Raymond Acha, who was personally present, along with his team, then handcuffed Mr. Edubuahin at the departures area and escorted him through the airport departures hall with approximately 6 officers. He was pushed into a white Nissan Navara pickup with registration number 885022. Accompanied by fully armed men. Another Navara pickup and a white Toyota Corolla also escorted him. At about 9:47 p.m., he was whisked away to an unknown destination. It's the minority leader, Honorable Alexander Kwame Nafanyo Mark and Osahini, what the Abalon. It's Kwaku, what was say Yoko's stop list, which means MDC4 at the list of control airport and Penifobidi was so. Say we see for my yencho. Maybe say.
Oh, in fact, I'm told that there is a list of Winipa Ibe radio mufi, and don't be surprised that the next person at Jakwabe reading if he Godfrey Dame. Godfrey Dame, former Attorney General. Yeah, we are told that a more list of Winipa radio mufi, and a man in your one so to say the next. Stop no Godfrey de Yabo Adami fee.
And now almost the list is so I got to Jubilee House.
Okay.
Media list.
Okay.
Yeah. ye was say omo starting tata omo da koto
yo homo de monta
omo da koto
tata
e say de mu nim ya ya ne
mo hwe ni amobamba
betu wa hu ha bo hu la boni anaka da ya cheche be wo iti mo hwe ni a ba bia wiasi animdia kwakoduru no ema ye nsa en reset adwen enkwa akiri ema ye nkọ the state of nature because the state of nature emra enye adwuma ahoden e de ye adwuma Kwaku obi we signals bureau director general no we security chief o signals na security outfit o obi we security why security adwuma panimu bia no Kwaku enough information o person o cause damage to Ghana obetimi ade die mu no mu hia opanyini na matcho krata akoma no say ye hiam o se o metukan edi musi mu hia na kina kra okay metukan but wo de metwa so na maba me ba ya but office be na memra na waba aden na mo pese rambo styling Kwaku se be make me ntua
no
mbasa mu ye rambo styling
na mo de
ti wo mo airport mo da mo ka che se yes ye hiam oba na waba ho obala mo chi na match but enye that enye decent
go no
emfata
na national security national security a yetimi hack o president Twitter account for days na ye dey promote cryptocurrency ne mahunu
ade no mo se nya hack no
na ede a
omo se wono ade de na omo se opposition no ye no odididie enti go fa no so kire se
wabedi and omo susu be di I see
enti omo se
ayo
omo se wono ale ye enye obi a hacking to na ade
ya ma se bebre
NDC say as research na president Mahama kan na Ghana frontier ase na ye adwuma no because Rollins buy no de esi ye 1981 kono bi na say esi no o ha esi afa we ya bechi we ye no call public tribunal say why people's tribunal na fa ni ko si sa nyama basabasa tantan
tribunal no de eya ayi ni aka so sign dia ba
sa nyama tantan na Rollins buy ye no enu bi na John Mahama ne NDC aban omoye Ghana ha adin because me ma hu say o ma we no ye say bompaye because nipa o di man so biti modi me o kan am say na nipa no kan nipa tira say me de da bia me kon kwa me nkruma ma mu obebu ni Ghana obetata nkrofo ma edi tani ahoye ane anibere esi nipa so a ana okwai na Rollins beto aso ana na John Mahama eto aso say nipa myensa we ana wa bedi man yisu a o ma yi o man ni mu nipa bro pa kwa me nkruma Rollins ani John Mahama ale na me yesa
Kwaku
all right
that's a security ade na o kan Eliano on say honorable minority leader ka say obokoye no omokofa obi obufro no ye hu say sika bi ahira 10,000
sika ne mpempran
and mpempran national security for akon the more akan o ma confirm so mkobi ade
because am say mko bi esusu box
empty money storage boxes
obi susu box de okobi esu yere
na bi na benye susu box empty money storage boxes na say say susu box
storage boxes they say susu box twi mu sa na ebe kan susu box
ba susu box akese and o ma ga say boxes empty money storage boxes found in ex-BOG governor Addison's home.
Wow.
Was say national security claims it found empty money storage boxes in ex-BOG governor Addison's home. Officials deny stealing money of jewelry and promise to disclose seized items soon.
And then
my boy said there was a chair about the one member. Nemo no adaka sika adaka na ye the musi na why the BS wo
asem na man panel bi say ho no ha na ko bi esi adaka
why the baby say box so
ma bi so yi de o mu kwa am say
yes ma bi so yi and ma bi CCTV
media tiu o ko se o ko research a o ko search so be hu bibi
yes
entu ko bi box so a enye bone because nitu na okoye na mo adenti na wo kase ye disconnect CCTV and say no bi box
and then the manya ne tell say omo koye no ya buhu sika daka no enu go to CCTV
so me sika wo mti
adenti na wo beka say
wo peja na mu odu ana mo say ade we die ene ma
temu
ana mo go to CCTV ni afa de beye because ani sasa wo court warrant search warrant from court dia and there wo mandatory say koye search na be report ma court no ade na wo CCTV ni adwuma na wo dum no is under the cover of darkness and akwa de wo ye eti wo na wo se na di fufu dia se de na na we
na obi kodi fufu no bia behwe wo honam
Kwaku yankwen.
All right, enti Santi for the next paper bra na yenhwe enia emo so de aba.
Okay. For
oche no.
Ba ko akwabisi wo de woni menya
e woni wo him.
Ese o se me talent ya me wo no me de e check ataso. Sa talent. Ese bitiu na. Bitina mayi ko for no sign no.
Go down to yanko for
Jelly guy. AG okayed raid on BOG Governor's house. 10,000 jewelry stolen. SML disrupted petroleum cartels tax evasion system. Professor Azibodi ND no ebaye. How and why NIB paid Okatechi Afrifa? Okay, how and why okay. And the MPP initiates disciplinary action against Adwasafo. Please decentralize media engagement. So who's our story no?
Yeah.
Dampare kokotako
ene
dampare aja boso ene na ukofie wo ba ye hunu ba ye was aden mama nkofo enfili free no muntimi nkasa na media relations no e wo police no enya adwuma
because we say the police is your friend after me antimo asem about na friendship not me akọ
it is an delegate the by say please decentralize media engagement
okay AG mpazo Mr. Sante yanko back AG okay great Mr. AG dampare ne kofi no say dampare kofi no condition is permanent to wo AG na wudi na 20 January na wudi uni no cause say yesu beba wo wonsu be kofie na wo kofie na ba foforo ba na wo so ye di bi be ye wo a ebe ye wo de obi akoya de ye kan wa se wo de wo si wo okay oh okay nko say na tumi na ba ye mo dia
no but say MPP e ba ban mu a wo bete ye fi ho MPP ba ban mu a na NDC e ko opposition na media de e so mo ye to say omo the list e so mo ye timetable kura ma wo
obi ya do date be
omo no decent omo the timetable be to say cabinet ministers and the next 2 weeks CDA
omo fie die be
obi a fie ye be ba abe ready ho eti so mo ye say cabinet ministers dey ba ordinary ministers dey ba deputies dey kwa other government appointees CEOs so mo ye say ye be ready obi a fie aden boni ben
na mo bebu my ya na fe die atomo ne kro no bo
ye kwa des papers no so dey
in fact reporter Ebano edum say you see hello FM dey no so I say Danaka I'm told but that's be free report this mon frère reporter no na mo man ni nkom kakra na Eba something patcho obi send me latest video anti Johanna Anita say nti edum o say nti ekejeti ani edum hye no monte I'm so
yanko dum jana na say dey
say o hwe no nti say e kan wasam enti em say o join ni later abra na ya kan ho asem di ya nti
also video kra be
ya nti ni we in fact eja e hye no mo fan chain say ISC but mo tiwi
na dum so na dum ya ba na light no eti na dum so na dum so na dum enti ana bi bang ni mo kwa po ba ko no di ka touch ansa na babafo mo so de ne touch sara say fire no e catch fire na say de be sia no nti ensuo for amada jakwasi adma brede ne kwa de say na nkom wo ha kiye nyan kenye sa ashi but nam so ma ntem ti no e ba ne nyina ashi esoro de ni nyina ashi nana kwasi ahe na kasa
eti nana kwasi ahe na one ensentrefo kasa na we are sisi ade no ya no ya ayeden sisi ano adan a aka no eye eburo Anita nya dasibire we dey god oti dasibire enya dasibire me ye film ti fa de ni se na o se
ya bi Anita de ni se be 70 na the rules etnase no asabodi kaka any fire dewi and now your boy you know the video kwato so Anita won why late why when you should be search out for joining the team late and now but Kwaku I didn't wo share video ya ye what TV so sisi ya and the last floor
yeah
and I did no share will be
and na fire service for the general say omutun so say na obi junso
e koso no we so na you know na ho den no a pressure na wo na aba from ehu and a Ghana for so be hard Kwaku asem say ya na nyina yakogu no mo ebo pa na impede fire service for from say adwa na ombeye no a very serious issue obi a obe ho no I think say wo valuables be a bit me you know wakwachi a na wayi na wakwachi dem a serious issue Kwaku
we are learning say Hello FM for because anopano be 6 na ma te say ye instruct Hello FM for nyina so mumfi on building nim because jana betimi akoho na ye instruct am say omumfi on building nim jana betimi akoho enti no na ye inside can report na inside can nya homeka nya na we dum so na dey abawu
Kwaku that
can ya adundum
entomidie wa hwe wi a
so that's be runso
ye dile meko DC we say pe meko this committee ama atom
okay that's be James good morning.
Hello mini amani o
Now who to say
Sami adawo ma na wo so my phone na obi a ho ye
James
ciao dia
anopai be nu nsia ene nya ne tie se eja ato edum kumase twa foni kire support in a situation is it
ayo de mi ru se e bo be se nya information ofi se that for edum mo horo ntie de mi ka ba ya ba sa se wo no wo ele afa ahosha de mabele no ahosha de mabele sa ahosha de mabele ne just so ma na ba e bo Hello FM station no I want to support other side the store now wa Central Market opposite to so ni na ho nu so ni na se ama wo ne pa go bia ba fa me ni na ba bia si o to men ka ya bia ba bia a ho ni fa ba ha bebe pa ko so ba ha bebe so ma ba ko si ada o de na she na she wie de ko so a de ko so sa se anya de so mo ti mo beti bia dum no de undum nu na ni tira ese so na ho ni na she ya bia sa da no beti bia dum no Doctor Mikaya, Zahari, how do we have a Nina? And I'm also going now, be a fit. And
James, a dan do was saying, and the Jana can so far.
I don't still pardon, I mean to be more.
Just as I abro sign to you, I abro sign to was James, but to was abro sign no abro sign main can say kind of flaws, but abro sign separate, do was saying the Jana too.
What come to me? I was about my most saddle. Meaning, I said, I don't want to my free. I see more about the answer. Break you more back. Over, I said, my baby can't say, how they found Militia. Militia, I want to pour on it. What was festival? I want you now, flash it. And after services, I essential of the end of the I was on the nasty. The sort of men and suddenly nasty. I don't know about how to them say, I didn't say I'm a rooter, but I thought I'd be actually.
Hello FM for Mudano, a safe Anna.
Hello FM, this same sir. After 100, the just started what? Also, I said, I'm not just started what. The 100 said, where's enough for them on the perform. And I said, so please, Central Market. I was sad I was before now. I was in a woman. Opposite one. I thought Roma had danced an audience and nasty. Okay,
yeah, and a panel, Rabba, my friend, and Aquasia, only her love FM for Casawo, Kumasi say, can you doom so no, and a day just yaba. Who do one what me a confirm is and the Dijan Bayampan?
I'm do something said as a Saturday there. I'm going to don't want the better and the part out in the buy.
Nipa Majamo near Mashia, any idea, then or more year, fire service for Esono or more Hana.
Well, follow her, and the phone of the other, and the phone is those and the iron. And the other, I confirm where you have and then I had it. I have a jabba. What is that offer? Well, for no more run, but I just hear you. They were there, sir. All the time, and the song I couldn't have such a good one here. ya tatuna sanze ensin ko sikire aja se wi ni na se wi sɛdeɛ ahade ne nyinaa ke bulak tɔ no hello bulak ne nyinaa ke de tɔ no a awɔ hello fɔ ada sa de fɛ ne nyinaa ke ɛbɔ mpa de wodi ba fɔ no na anko bi adi ba ya fɛ ɛso hye
na ayi fire for yenim so mo wɔ ayi bi a fire tender bi atwede ɛwɔ so ebi ni kuma so on
me nyɛ ahade
Wow.
Me ha for ni mo no ma me dem do a.
Asɛm o minia.
Me na
sɛ for ni fam na hɛsɛ o do wani bu a store so be do sɛn na egya na ahye no so fa.
This egya no edubu wie egya no mu fara.
Okay.
Egya no mu fara se me ma cash store so afie na be me ho ala fadi asɛ sia de amawa na yeto se mu bansa.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. Minia, that's why. That's today. Dawuro na no kase. Dawuro na no kase. Aha. Anyamiado me ho ye papa. All right. Okay. Martin, asubra. Wodi onim kumase. Enti kyerɛkyerɛ ba bi egya yi ehyi kyerɛkyerɛ.
Kumase sɛ ufi asafo ho. Na oba Ketia. Na ofa Roman Hill wan kofa Duma Street. Ofa Roman Hill a o ma bi mu AC new market no.
Okay.
Bo book wa na akwan no obedu run about otumfo run about no so be ma ye otumfo statue. Na wa fa ho left say. Na outside wani atwere mu e wo Unicorn House ho no. Ho na asamnesi no. Enti every race no so we say we sikan ya every race no so stores na to aso akosi na na kwesi adwuma bro sa na fura na akọ hello FM no ho na say I affected no. Wow. Enti eto na kwesi adwuma bro sa mu e na atene aba say is anko hello FM for no.
Okay. I think say anopana hello FM for no say no mo ya at risk but I think say fire for no to me cover on. Amoma cover. Enti omo ho side no.
Na ahweba Central Market. Inti sana aduno akwakoye.
Oh, asemo da sebre. Ohweja, wono ohweja ehye na otimi so anu odin. Manfo Japan.
Etisi mpaboafo no munsu dia ebehu.
Manfo Japan dio.
Abresa we na chi no. Na mpaboafo so wo.
Okay.
Ndi e wono so kotisi mu hodi a.
Ese asem.
Na chese asem aba fi.
Wow, we nyina no. Ese anopei. Kanea preso. Ene de sa hawi. Ede aba.
Madam 2 weeks ago na. Wasu ko small business go home with be 1 man. Waba.
We feel you ja ho aba.
Was it they mutimi do light with the area almost 16.
Oh yeah.
16 times.
In fact, now you say Ashanti regional minister no John Jinapo John Jinapo ko ho no na o complain actually say e to da bi o dua ho no an ni ma na edum no 10 times.
Ah.
I feel was
Ashanti region.
I was say sabotage.
Oh.
How is sabotage no?
Kanya na say ayi
muni power is come dey
George na po eba ho
no am say
na nkofo complain and na what throw the Facebook wall Ashanti regional minister say oh George na po energy minister ba it will be okay be no busa ni say na wa ba no what the power badge ba na mo ka tell say John Mahama president what Accra finance minister
ni secret ni SM
no de ne mrantie di asiri agopramaso ka che ne se odi agora ye mrantie bebu na mu
o show o tie o pa
o hemi na o tie mi na o ne mrantie edi asiri agopramaso Dr. Edu Mohammed
obi o wo for na so extra account
Dr. Edu Mohammed
Edu Dr.
Edu Mohammed of Edu Herbal Hospital
see you
Kache Dr. Edu say me chia no na ne o ye ndie say ye defenders be stop no animu ya anya say the goals no hye no strike o ye no striker
sisi akwam say wa reserve one goal bi a o ba be hye
as no ye dangbesi mini aropei ma mintie de na mo man
yo de sisi a de SM no obviously Monday and Sunday
Monday and Sunday.
Saying they see a weakness, saying they see a strength, and to going forward, Say, is that how it is done?
Yeah.
And you're funny, yes, I did. And since 92, I share party, I see. Yeah, stolen verdicts. Immediately after 1992.
Yeah.
1996, yeah, bought verdicts. 2008, and also yeah, a review of our elections. 2012, yeah, Dr. Herman's committee. 2020, yeah, also from Afro committee. Why and who was our committees?
Yeah, I think committee no, you be popular kakra compared to this one yourself, man, for the.
Because I know they burn out here. They are popular by stolen verdict.
Okay, I know the.
They are popular by a stolen verdict. And in that committee, you know, and the report, you know, there are things, about just as the Ebeba way. And no, operational things, in here constitutional amendments.
Okay.
And no parts, you know, at the Bayejuma. There are things administrative. For instance, one of the recommendations of some of my Afro committees. One of the recommendations at the buy and say, elections are your polling station elections. No, you be we cross Zoom a posse at Toaba. You be we are your album. No, electoral area coordinators elections. Aye constituency elections. Ebedu why ye compile album no. Ebedu headquarters na asesa. Ebedu region na asesa. To the extent in some instances no, one constituency na albums be say me no. Mensa.
Ne den tokwa.
Me kai friend is saying Bantam is it Bantama baby Nyako no doctor Nyako. Kwadaso constituency. Albums to also satisfy by the constituency, by the region. Album na you know. Two separate ones. Yajatum. Now beside the regional party is there. Muna mo certify one so now certify way. Constituency chairman. Ono na certify way. Ono also certify way. So one of the major recommendations of Osafumafu's report is that you digitize your elections, no, particularly in terms of police station, electoral area. In 2022, the year polling station elections in the year, we sent something out form be a friend election form, results form. Our chairman, secretary, organizer, youth organizer, woman organizer,
to all polling stations.
To all polling stations. There two about we say panel, almost pictures you're winning there. That also now your system now you want internally, no, you won't be try no send a brain or headquarters.
So that at least headquarters will have data.
At headquarters, no, for the first time in the history of this party. You two are by way or polling station, no? You are results of the elections at the headquarters. And not the compile album, no? At the headquarters. You two electoral area coordinators are by way, no? You digitizing immediately. At the Kokan, near two constituency, you the car, you two region, you the car. And not in the two parliamentary presidential, no? Yeah, problems.
Because data no.
Because data no. What the new administration did was to audit and validate the data. So they sent it back to the constituency to look at something like that. Just as were all elections, no, a year's vision. It will say parliamentary primaries, presidential, no, problem. It is because of the
And sir, at the end of the year, recommendation from
Osafumafu's committee.
But man, can't you be as Osafumafu committee?
The committee report never. You have recommendation. You can say what we do.
My basa report a bar, you know. You're the marginal secretary.
Yeah, the marginal secretary.
Now, all the Kohin.
Sir, you're the Mawa. Now, you share, but you're the record national executive national council.
Okay.
On the report. Hey, who am I? What be that? mo strategy workshop wa ha na mo wie na mo strategy mo chema workers ni nyina wa
there be
exactly so yemma obi abio na ke mo obi abia anka stolen verdict and leaky dada bought verdict and leaky dada Dr. Hayman's committee nke leaky o bi da
there be
yenye sa it has never been done. Now are we the only political party in this world? Even in Ghana, NDC almost a committee almost review all elections.
The popular one question.
Should the report to cry leaky? I was saying, yeah, no. But how are you going to how can you imagine say why are internal assessment of what happened and recommendation that why you know and when I would also they win elections that odia kotuja.
But General, why do you think say Ababe say as a party in Aba stand still be a trainer or a quick committee in the bands and as a president for this time?
I think it is the impression that was created
before the committee
was formed, as if it is the alpha and omega of whatever happened. That thinking must be of the minds of the people and of our people.
Okay.
So
now,
you know, trying. And until there can't be a committee report in the 2 January say. Only for kasa, only constituency for kasa. Parliamentarians be count some. Even in this report, parliamentary leadership, and so constitute a committee to give them a report of what happened.
Okay, parliamentary leadership. Almost so a committee.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm the report.
On the report, about Safomafo, it's been quoted here verbatim. Council of Elders, Council of Elders.
Sabrina secreted them down on.
There been we were a friend is saying. The Dawuro also Ajimai.
Okay. After 2020.
After 2020.
Okay, all right.
Omo reports enunye omo ede ebemaye. Omo be chocho nyema bebre. Imagine say you were abem na ya call elections. NDC for at the Soboa boy. God say let's go 95.9. Na yankasa. We defended these things when we were going for the elections.
Yeah.
Say president yahubi abino yahubi. Na ya reports by ya be confirm say they na NDC for no kano. Yankasa ya jiatum say ni nyina no kre. Na no na course ya yentumi nya de nya na. Ohwanka 2024 election na be winning.
There be.
Because no one kasa what confirm to the ordinary person, to the NDC. Now, Sanyama, Yakika,
so at the NDC, be honest, of course, send ya.
Send NPP for report. Sa pepe. Where you share constituency for constituency, sometimes you lose here. Constituency executives, no, a cow margin. Win the buy. Chairman, you discuss Breno, one fanco, pulling agent way, you say, one, you see. There's a constituency behind me using as an example. You see, almost say, almost parliamentary candidate, no, now or your MP, no, or you're very arrogant. Ahumaso pa. Na region 4 ba how come be program wo constituency ho. Na parliamentary candidate no wo constituency ho. Wamba program no.
Hey.
No ati ono ane foundation. The foundation for no ni omo dealing na we jai police station executives and constituency for no. Bibi obenya bia no ondo nko for unka ho a ye UFM. And that sika ye de brain for D-Day no. Ye bo sika ni di. Ewo report no. Sika na ye de man no. instead so the member polling station for a day adwuma no one farm more man find adwuma or the man foundation for the imagine says our report ibe to dwa near who say hey akwa we say no yeah. Unfortunately for it, no, he was our same candidate in the court
2020 election.
2024 election. Into Anka then ever.
As Anka Lusuano.
You understand? There's a lot of good reasons.
Because you walking a committee, you move be appear before the committee.
Imagine say who appear before this committee. What will bonk for din? Now report in a buyer. Dawuro a buyer no or see when the year way what have you done? It's a sir. And until that Kumasi dear no Ashanti region dear no 2 things. Maybe some simple question. Now comfort me say the lecturer be dano or not to hold now yeah okay can and then na me 2020 no yeah the report about my implementing. In fact, we went to have a report and Marco. Those ones are they require constitutional amendment, no. A prayer and Sakai, no. And let me tell you, you see, in Kovo woman you a party or my chepa, but they've not been part of the running of the party. Now, decisions are you taking also no, they don't know the thinking behind the decisions are you taking. She answer na beka say oh yeah national annual delegates conference. There are 2 things I also consider.
Okay.
1, constitution e ka say anytime abe annual delegates conference be 3 months before the conference we announce I was say within 2 months no every member of the party or entity or organ be a proposal for amendment be or the better party name. Now a month before no general secretary no compile me by crime think I'm they compile 2021.
Okay.
Now osan the constituencies ne regions no. That is say national conference so be any discussions here be 3 months before that conference.
General, 3 months before elections. Now, my message be also is he said me read or say JB should clarify that it was the 2020 parliamentary primaries. It wasn't. I wasn't the MP then. The MP was SK Nyama.
Why?
I was an aspirant. There was only one album in 2022, which was used for the 2024 primaries. And I think the way Professor Nyako.
Oh, na say that no my. I just use an example of a constituency. I had a hard time towards 2020 elections, resolving and your friend is saying Ablekuma West,
okay.
2016 he had the 2 albums there 2 years. 2020 he had the 2 albums there 2 years. But this time, because and he says what he said, and it is true, because it was not possible, say, towards 2024, no, you bring your 2 albums. Because your 2 about polling station, you digitize
system, no.
System.
Now, 2022 album back.
Album back. And you are not going to get the experience that we had before. Until now. This time, no, NC.
Professor Nyako, good morning.
That is the clarification. Okay. Yeah. And I was on what?
Now, where do? Hey, here's some instrument. Now, you can't. But annual delegation. Now, because before say the conference.
2 things.
Yeah.
One require say your announcement. I will say take it 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah, one other constitutional provision a case. Answer now obey regional annual delegates conference. I will say a year 2 weeks after the last constituency annual delegates conference.
2 weeks
after the last constituency annual delegates conference. Not just also your constituency annual delegates conference in Answer na national annual delegates conference no. I will say yeah 2 weeks after the last regional annual delegates conference.
Okay.
In planning for an annual delegates conference, you must take these two timings into consideration.
So the first one has to do with 3 months.
3 months
and
to satisfy the amendment.
The 2 weeks.
The 2 weeks of the constituency.
2 weeks,
2 weeks of the region. So, and so why? One to me, I share the sa ubeti. So for the first time in our party, young elections, in 2021, in order to make sure, say, these recommendations are there, but some of them that affect the party, some of them that require constitutional, constituency conferences. In all constituencies, it been seen that. Those who want to criticize me if it is about your friend is saying because of Obi person contest say election anymore, they should know. Say me with the work. Oh no, almost can say general say we need to aka allowance keke ne ma me. Bi tu ameka we fa. Because it aka your ma salary, your ma rent allowance, your nobody, we didn't, because I didn't hear voluntary work here. Imagine, say, constitution, and that is why I went ahead to make sure, say, all constituency secretaries, all regional secretaries, the constitution, say, I will say it to me, a pesika kakramo, to say the Chiomoka.
Yeah.
But yet to me, Chiomoka, Sikara, in here, one should hear sooner decide to ebem at the officers level. Ordinary person ko ye jumama party no. Wait anaka. It is just allowance any edema. It for the first time we're able to initiate a mover. Every constituency officer be a man allowance kakra. Every regional officer be a man allowance. As a national officers, no, they will be in Jamaica. If they only knew what they are talking about, they should keep quiet and listen. They can't you. And until for the first time, no, all constituencies in this country, constituency elections. All constituency annual delegates conference.
Yes.
Regional annual delegate conferences. It has never happened in our party before.
Sabe na mi wo Eastern Region. I say Eastern Region any day or bedtime hotel.
It has never happened in a na yenga yenu mo de mechire no. Nti aman confident say now ti ho now ti ho keke. Never. It has never happened in our party before. So, apart from election years here, they said 2024, 2025 and now 2026 you better national. What's the constituency elections near annual delegates conference? In all our history, apart from say year to abano, yes, I did yes,
constitution so sesank every year be ammonia conference.
Annual delegates conference, regional annual delegates conference,
Adintia.
Because you see, what who honor one share constitution is here on tiafi.
Because what can I say one yan is election year.
My main from Brussels. So at that conferences, no, there are basic things that are done.
Okay.
The constituency secretary gives his report of what the situation of the party. Treasurer Abemani report, chairman Kasa. Answer your own question say constituencies remember resolutions as to Niema home. Now before then, Okwe report about Yan Kasa national. Tell America say that's a report. Report of national officers thank you tour phase 1. Friday, March 19th to Thursday, March 25th, 2021. This was done before Michael Kwe report, Eba.
We now a national tour, no? If national executives,
national executive, you share regional executive, you share constituency executives, you invite stakeholders, council of elders.
No answer no Kwe report.
Kwe report, no cost no.
I suffer my for report.
Suffer for report, no cost no. Yes, I call tour.
Namo Modi.
Yes, you more domase for being able to win because for the first time. MPP was the only party in the world that during COVID time, you call elections in government to be winning. All other parties lost the elections. And now your parliamentary way so say in Kenya, the excellent management of COVID by our government will have lost the 2020 elections. I'm telling you, will have lost it. So in Kenya, excellent management of COVID. They are not down Kwaku for year. Because it was one of the most difficult elections we've gone through. Parliamentary primary is crying into me yet because of COVID.
Yeah.
So you must ensure social distance. Then we're in lockdown and all that. Even elections crying and thought.
And then I'm
electoral area.
Yeah, make
so people have all of a sudden forgotten these things.
But going back to the constituency conferences now, after the region, some year national
after the regional annual delegates conference, national annual delegates conference. By then, now yaji proposals are a fee various constituencies, individuals, and so actually be the call. All of them were part of the proposal for amendment for that conference.
Okay. For the national conference.
For the national conference. Unfortunately for us, national conference are conclusive on the proposals they buy. And until the conference decided, say, African Marking was part of the conference, Godfrey Odame and all that. Committee first our proposals revise proposals now any other conference after that now the aba for approval. Today's all card bearing members should vote and all these things are going maybe we think next time the man wash him and they are public documents in between the mouth because your chairman constituencies you understand?
Yeah.
In the 2021 December yes our conference proposals now go through they will say January the term of office of polling station for constituency for was coming to an end. They started polling station elections, electoral area, constituency, region, and national contest election. I lost my country. Since then, national annual delegates conference.
Okay.
In 2023, 2022, and on the elections. Naturally, you can't go there and be doing constitutional amendments on that day of elections.
Okay.
2023, 2024, and say it here. Until me and I'm that other party party also me running party even my cotton if you crowd
be blame for this.
Yeah, there's this lecture be not Ashanti region we
now also why then
also me also can be implementing some recommendations
because that conference in the baso and recommendations no entimi anyantu because that conference in Sumi Kobe because the issue about who should be the leader of the party, whether NPP or Bemwa, the president should be the leader of the party and all that came up.
It's at the conference.
Conference.
But it was not decided.
It was not decided.
It was
referred to the Afenyo
committee.
And a party.
The next time,
conference. So basically, the conference, a year something like for considering proposals for amendment.
Exactly. So Sansona Michael Quay committee bar.
And also the recommendations.
Some of the recommendations that are operational and administrative, party okay. But those ones require constitutional amendment this is a annual delegates conference. They are jatum and I say jatuma. General Secretary
I see.
You understand? Right. People should understand. And for me, my only challenge with the Ashanti region way, I haven't even discussed the details of what
of the report
because me from my training, there's no way I'll decide discussion about me discussing that. I will not.
The only thing I said is that
Say ade na leaky dia na leaky yanka ho asem. Say committee ni wie na nka ompe say omo chirechirem say de omo chirechirem dia. O say nka omo publish it.
Okay,
officially.
Okay.
Now go chirechirem.
Okay. But maybe don't you think say ombe chirechirem because of the propaganda na air cost for impugning ill motives into name by it now those who did the report to come and defend some of those things.
First of all, the management of the report na ankoyi because so your report you now so bechi chama constituency it's never done. It mean yourself to say Makoko report you chama constituencies
but general ebia wo breso no and na nimdia ba but ebia and to say ene I'm scared say Professor Kui committee report no was so leak
now to check masa 2 a crowd 2 nipa mienu in politics na a crowd so what to check reports na to 276 constituencies to 16 regions to party leaders I didn't go on to change Vienna leaky. More so where it is on soft. And yes, paper are the way. Say leaky, me the more bin the leaky, I mean the leaky because hard copy, baby, I'm a sense. Yes, I could be not radio say, yes, John Boy do cry a leaky report.
There are so much on this.
You see. Sometimes it is important, and particularly Omuka went to me, Kumasi.
Okay.
And nobody was responding. They were just good because they were exhibiting their lack of understanding of how the part. It doesn't matter. You can be a professor.
No,
sure, let me tell you. You can be a professor. You can be emeritus. Be about the running of Wuntumi station. Wuntumi can run it better than you are. Because your home professor is the IT company, they are more running it down. You understand? It doesn't matter.
Because me matna can say, me feel say the next primaries, no, and can be easier. Sanka Dr. China no, it me shema registration of party members no, a course last year, a year, anka party no, bet me use register no. About the next primaries because the difficulty is that and now cast obey registration will be out so the betuaba the problem Miss Margin be an lecture no say or feel say nanka at the time no na election be answered anyhow because that time I'm 2021 year na election na eba no work kakra nti anka mutimi hwe implement
now the implementing recommendation I go to the root of amending the constitution. Oh, they are called those ones that are operational. We implemented some of them,
but the constitutional ones, no.
The constitution, you can't.
But my team for say a dear Kasanka because I was part of the Eastern Regional team. A recommendation, me any review, me committee ni review could do upon Krumaho, any Abrim constituency, and I the command region here any the so national Nina by Mosso, we never so at the end by NTR. National conference no entimi amend the constitution.
Yeah, too. Once that time no so December year no na you need associate be twaba January no. And even at the conference no go came with their own motives. And I didn't hear no cry. Go for ATM. Day. And you have almost 6,000 people there. It is sometimes when you're careful, one share, proper discussion. It even in looking at our amendment procedure, I will say a share, say procedure be considering the fact say nipa 6,000 annual delegates conference. Are you going to have proper deliberation on each of the proposal and here, so into what the previous committee in here, I feel call conference. For them, they will only come and report say after the extensive discussion now, yes, we are say and the aye mujituma na munjintum
Okay.
so
all right
very important event you take into consideration one shot the Kenya no
my last question on that ne say based on knowledge any experience I want or recommendations for the current executive no be say in terms of how to handle because now obia niama committee no as abeye bibia so bia for say system e ho sisi an de enye nti say change ba before the next internal primaries and the general election it will be a transfer change in baba so what recommendation to the executives as to how to go about this whole process and be saying
it's unfortunate say registration system no and to me ain't so no because we did almost everything to the extent say a call national council say omuma kwan na implement no see enjoy na polling station elections because we be in the nick of the elections na e be gidigidi wan sha enko ye the we no na ya sha se ne aye abra election bia ni ho na aye smooth it's unfortunate say still no yet to me because when you credible registration of members register I want integrity we practice it for a very long time now here in the nick of elections one ye
okay
you understand for me yeah and sometimes so calm but that is the truth is that constituency elections with the delegates to about our constituency elections problem be anyhow won't say I got to constituency election will be a gas will be fridge will be moto will be what be that
not yet no how can you constituency
executives so problem be anyhow the regional executives
and so you entire problem
be anyhow say register no ya validating ya problem bia anyhow even national elections cry to elect national officers no
it will be a problem by a test con list
wow which means say the starting say you try by we a test con officer you see test con we no dey ma a problem no say who say institutions no term of office no vary so na me tell no obi a TESCOM presidency sia ni din wa list na so abra ye nto aba no nya TESCOM president no before from aba na o see sisa so discretion ne bape e create problems so a major decision should be made a cut-off period must be given say if you are 6 months to elections no list of TESCOM presidents women's organizers and then niema e wo ho no irrespective of the time no there's nowhere sabeka now you're very clear you understand right. So that's notwithstanding and no the national elections no delegate I dey to aba no yan ko to aba we no bi nka say we ko to aba na we nya sika na no the problem e bi ni ho even presidential elections no maybe a problem war a super delegates conference no. My recommendation is that super delegates conference yen view
okay the super delegates
conference na the so no yen view when dem dey so abisi yen view no dey tell me see yen view so ne say the reason I this super delegate conference ne buy is as a result of 17 na contest in 2017 no so na me chere no and until na as nipa ne dos and all that until here so mo bro 5 yen to about first na yen sonne sombra 5 na ekoyesa na akoyesa elite of the party no na ekoto aba no because
come on Nana Hesse Ojiri good morning to you Nana Hesse Ojiri cryptocurrency no has some there well I'm tempted to agree with you say no nti Nana Amponsa bedi akon I say I don't fall the NDC on this intimidation but woe unto some NPP leaders who will turn himself or herself into Jantua Henem when NPP win power. Like the party won't contain all of us. Well, Nana Posabidiako, Jantua Fondia, as usual, NPP, they would say they will come and they will come and come and come. So don't worry at all. They will come. Bright, Boadu, USA. So wholeheartedly I support Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia anywhere, anytime, under all circumstances. All my children to support Dr. Bawumia, despite the fact that they are also adults and can think or take their own decisions. And also edible. So you guys always talk with great wisdom. So, all right, bright word you want to pay. So a very good morning to you. It is Sister Sylvia. Owo edukrum ekuapem anope so yechiam Abawa of Abawa Radio UK. Abawa, a very good morning to you. Me say ohun eye papa na I say a good morning. Okay, me the way me edino. Okay, we say Bawa site 12 Nasara coordinator Edema Tema East constituency. I say amuguso and 21 days. Amaye chiniwia so aka 10 days na chiniwia no aba na wiye na imu bi ho no wa mimi chiniwia ndie special me ye no 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. tia on pay 6 a.m. see na manum koko no ma breaki ti mamu nye se na mo no mo be wi ni ma beri nam na jam because chiniwia me ne mu na ye me ye me di anwumere 6 p.m. na ma sha ase 6 a.m. na me breaki simple cry nti no mo amoye modie no during the day no yenyina kisechiriya no na ye kwabrama for pay. A very good morning to you, Mr. Fortune Alimi, formerly of Daily Graphic and now managing editor for the Daily Gist. And pay. Very good morning to you. Mejiri se won so no ho eye papa mejiri se won so eye. So yehwe omonso a ehwe ye on our Facebook and YouTube na Kumase Doom market fire no so no yani edi akire if anything ba apa e be ma moti etie fon so aso ate. Okay, ma me hwese metimi abie ahoma no sema edunum bia emisi dunum be enum na fi era kwasi akwa etena se ana menye ono so edi enkomonti mesro enche. Okay, me hwade na yani era. Okay, so obetimi afreme 0201 455 555 0201 455 555. Me fab calls be say miensa enumbi na wonsoso nkoma ayedi ofidie so any other issues any ifiada na wonsoso wode wadwenkyere aba wo fra obaye niema mienu yedi kan obe lower the volume of your radio set and a TV set no na amay feedback na fi wasam no so no why nitiawa na obi so etimi ababi. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
But you for us and ask if fan. Okay, Isaac but you mean to.
Then last address for Becca and Nikana means classes. Sometimes we tune it 100 down because party in a Senate Mumma Kingdom. That didn't buy some baby buy the air Mumma tune that we need down. Party need the hidden down. They need the chase.
But I see problem I'm going was some more kind of want to say. I don't know about yourself na yensi no kwanse ma ne mahana. Wonim semu a tobo ase. Wonim semu a yen ya tena ha aka edi afa adwo asafo ho abre ansensem ne bae no. Eji say ono susu right to a friend saying say ye man no right ye man sa kwan no 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 so be ebe ka na asem opeso oka. Enti adwo asafo ka so opeso ba ha ye ntimi nsi ne kwan. Oba ha so asem a woni tirimu a obe before so baby na no obeka no me ntimi wo afre mi say until so obeka sa minimum asema obeka o so ni mu sa
yeah
nti me ntimi ngage no ene wa nkasa o hakra obeka so obe fufuro enti no mo hu ni sa why.
Okay, I didn't say that won't mean to but I say do we na say and I know like no to say oh the both and no na ma and all concluding with that or tap of the tap we no see na and how we no think you see Oh, by how they say no party and kind of
okay. Made us for your feedback, but the same way, and someone you move be kafa address for hono. Tina don't buy me can one any. So what in someone I can't find one because you know ya but on also opportunity say on also be in no. I don't think say me say me sin ho kwan say me mo no me no. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay. When it's me so you for good morning.
Morning.
But your frost and access if Samuel, Mammy Tim.
Made us a part of what contemporary party in a year and a half. And the one candidate affordable me and bring one day to home. I won't come on into a party, almost a party name. I'm not power in a year and a half. When the party next is house, we are every party down one party. I am not party in the power. Okay. That's
right. Yami insurance so. Yo, yes, so that's a pa. Nana ya papa bi ewo nungwa or share. And Lambri King Rashid said also share from Tema Gulf City. Good morning.
Good morning.
Pacho Frost and Axe Viva.
Pacho Raza Quatara ni me free ashama and me birthday. You know, and then so da ya share ya Ramadan 10 days na Asia ya spiritual days ya yina di bompa ya di kaya dofo ya hwehwe wo busum we mu ani de ya hwehwe wo ya friends ya brabo mu na na esase angro ni de na esase ya di kwa up to the 10 days na be kwa kosi ni ye next entity adofo yenina kamofoni na omutie ni na na ya koya kotoge ni mu a ya mompaye na fan kai MPP party no ebi a party ni gina bia ewo sisi ya no nye emma o man Ghana ni ya bompaye ama ya mpelifo no akai yawa party for ye mu binu mu edi wo party no mu ekosi se ye di ballot box kwa ekosi wo kwa na NPP youth organizer NPP chairman ni nkeka ho ne nkola no mu ye mu ba kwa ebuofu party no so mu nkoto aba ninia na serem
okay
kasa yeah, can radio sudodo na bunko for by muba.
All right, yeah, that's it. Obi so ento so okay, yeah, that's a pa say on so what do I drink say e dia ba DJ Solis say on so no pay or share papa e dia free London Kofi Ajima Blackman or one of your lawyer listener on so e wo pick farm on so share. Good morning.
Fine morning.
But your frost and axe fifa.
Okay,
yeboa mami tiwe.
Maza NC sema adwa beki kan no. Me obeka yen no ama matina se. But ebi mu entina se. Me no nanka mitie mu debi ansuti nanka eno na mentina se. But then anso ba eno mangu se. Men sabino dika. Because MPP for against BBC ni se be mu asu bibi anwa sa ene be ba nti yan se obia enya botremu yan fansho okwanya be fa so MPP ni be anti sa be du ba no ye be ya na be asa tra opposition enu ni ye sre on so mo ni ye
okay
mo no ni ane o mo ye o parliament no ye sre so mo na bibia enti din.
Okay. You yenso yeda se papa se won so timi efre ekere wadwen. Ma me fa last one na me fancy na honorable chance. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay. Good morning. But your frost and axe fifa. Okay. Good morning. Only a wait, okay. All right, I'm saying, baby.
Hello, me also.
Your frost and axe fifa.
Me pacho, your friend me yeboa. Me ka se free Santana, Tessana.
Okay, yeboa pacho maminti.
Me pacho, nyamie num no kwini. Yenina my show fitting bra ba MPP mana mote sa station movement. Me mama ade ba kwa meka ne say yenina mo me for do because I just have for time oba radio so wan kasem bia egu party hu fi near o papa ya wugina se Dawuro be bisa na no hi ano me mom na asa de na akoma na was but that doesn't mean say wa from MPP ana say be much of o me for do na asa me ti bi for na me wu na bi ye me ya minya na dosu yenyina yenya dan so ye mako school ye nana mako school ye office mako school ye chiriba for school when nyina ko school fi ndunya ahedi ebiem na aka me pamocha mo me for do nyadma me ya fi ni pa mi fratin south.
Okay,
aso me person me police station chairman
Abani yati yenso yeda se papa na meka wo de se wo so tie program yi pa winnim ensema me de ya mi ntwantro winnim ensema ye movement for a kafa adwasafo abrea na ensema ekoso parliament na party ni hia no aboa party no parliament a onye no e kan sem bebre e de fa no yenso ye kan bi mo so ma wo ye party for mo so mo kan bi na wo se me ma kwan ma adwa me kasa ono so e me kan asem ana ebia no kan ne bi wo no mo enye de no de ebia na anya wo de but ye be fa ne sa party mpenifo akasanti be ja ne sa na yahwe ne nyankopon ebeye. Okay, Ben Abdallah se okuma se Ben anope medase for wo so aba so body a odi aba na Abubakar Khalifa Mustafa se Okata Doha na ono so ehwe so Abubakar anope Abubakar, good morning to you. Yedase pa se wo so wetimi ahwe obetimi akọ now the messages na afa Facebook and YouTube no so ye be kin kind man pay ona bo kwasi akọ atena se kai se ene ye Friday aben peche promo no ye mche bobe 950 a meye draw no star 256 star 4 hash star 256 star 4 hash no afa osin 2 no wuntumi radio movement TV Accra, wuntumi radio movement TV Accra. Number 3 number of tickets auto. Number 4 mumu pin we ne say wi pa na watwen se me draw no ubetimi discount no pe me se moto a mechem 2000 cedis no be win no na yakọ enim. Ona good morning.
Good morning Dawuro.
Bacho na ho ye de
nyame adom me ho ye
e de nyankopon ase odanfo nyina ho ye
nyame adom tu ho ye
ja parliament nso say debate esi en kase debate esi en kase statement
so no be friend bia enim say eye aban a konhuma ehia ode abetum na sebeka fo enim na senia NDC for ma ye arehemu na Ghana fo nyina ye mu bi de enim say sa dada no but in the politics no akwa ye say wa no odin na utwa tro no ne ade a na amanfo age wonsem no nti no wode bo budget anasa konhuma bo sika sebetu ye nim no ya doso mu ehunu se hwe nim na da kwa ntino ama ene de ekoso wa MPP mu no amanfo atoba ha kakra because de no obi ahwehwe nyina ne se enka se NDC fo abeyi a wo mu hu so die 4 years die e wo se ye bobo ye ho ne sa befa oman no ne ye hihire ye na ede bo Ghana fo nyina na de ekoso yi amanfo atoba ha kakra but ye wo hase ye be amanfo nkura se achianso
emuye. Okay, a very important say party no any maybe sa ebekoso wanya kwa kasa na sa budget debate or statement ekoso
I my debates na ubikaye your first time is na kuda mumpa nti yese ya kwenya dodo da be ma
okay
nti Sabri many deputy ranking for local government and decentralization me ranking any eras and so watch bantama nti da binya kwan no me concentrate or just local governance eja dodo na no e de ma health anka obi eni me no eja de ma omo amaka no first time for ni bi na kakra no a binya kan ye o local governance hono no e ya de a me de to Ghana for any say 80% of common fund abai national so be district assemblies no na ye bisa say ampaso betimi aya na esan say yenim say oman no any common fund aye hihye bia wotua enyuma bi ni nyema bi ka on behalf of the district assemblies no asaje share no e wo hodada nti se ne no wo so di 80% kwa ahe na be ka ye be tuetu se enyuma no a common fund ejina mu e de aye on behalf of the district assemblies ahodo no ye to so mienu the very topical sikebi omsom de to dwa se ye di tua assembly members ka over the 100 million ato hodo mo wo hwe ye mamra kese ye
constitution
article 250 no a what say was a district assembly sankasa and hwehwe sika wodi betua na assembly members
okay
yemra ewo constitution no na begiri sempania eye constitution no omunyansa mu a omodi ye sa amra ne se assembly no wankasa bebo ho modern na wayiro ho no we develop local economy no na watimi enye sika bi a wodi behwe na watimi de tua wa assembly men no in terms of allowances neade it is eno wo hono na aban se afi obetweska 100 million na ono no atua fi enkan aba enye se o kutia constitution nhye ya na dedika no obi anka se wo kasetia assembly men ye ba betua mu in fact ye manifesto mu Dr. Baumia ka se enka common fund ye betwa bi e de ama electoral areas me sadia no me my bi wo me constituency nti me tepe no my very passionate about it the common fund no 4 years mi na no me cha me cha my electoral areas for na om de aye adwuma
because me so my former assemblyman it me so na every MPP council be one constituency $1 million no me so na the proposal and say anka yen fa no nye common fund for electoral areas.
That's it.
Because we assemblyman more and I'm told said there's another law say ensese ubia je akatuam prinu from the consolidated fund. And the assembly members no so no e be a teacher for e be other government workers and no so no mahwe ho
and say no say no nti na e be assembly ho no wo mo fe no allowance
and nti na say emra say assembly na pesika na onfantia allowances na nye aban na ekofa sika consolidated fund mu no asada kotua se no na foka
nti uhwemu a aban yi populism any propaganda de omunim ye pa ade bi o mo de beye na yabo age omo so na atumfutu egu amanfo anim o beye sabe ene dan ye nanso ye na assemblyman fo ani je eso na unit committee fo asore
so
na wo assemblyman wo no me na me wo forma me ye adwuma na me de ma na se wo beje se 800,000 cities bo so bia na he
na unit committee so ahe na beba
na 1,000 no ahe na wo assemblyman obe use wo electoral area before you give some to your unit committee members who also support you. It's the question now about say edis for the makawie one more car they support if you assemblyman for but right governance structures no and a yes no it and also yeah the two da I feel so me try say me say birth and death yayembra I was here share birth and death mu kana let me my hunu senior yeah data etie na yet be planning for national development and so when you hunu sika you try to honomo e my birth and death for the president mukena and so abrana you are Dambotwe local government minister yenim say wo mu pomfidie bi ni ade a ye de call birth and death a ye hwe ni akanya wo mu nti budget ne de wohwemu a nyema bebre wo mu a say ayi na me ka kiro mo say okie NDC for obi abedi beti ya say ade ba ko a any budget ni mo say bible quotation na say mo fi bible quotation me mo na be ko tu ba ko bi kiro mo say eti hwan na si dan bi ye bibia won tena so nsisi look at sempa omwa ho ne ade enti no eye intention wa fa intention say ade meye na wusika na say budget na aba no eye intention enti sika mo de beye sa budget mo adwuma no wo hefa enti enso wom de beto wom nim say sabe ebia Ghana form parking kan enso ene wohwe mrase bedwafo a MPP mu a
o ma ya de o ya ba ma ba so ha pan de
for adoso budget mu pa mo sorry so mo kasa no first time CB
e che say in fact ndura mi hu mi MP ono so ye first time okay
Yes.
Krempi.
All of them.
Nana Jiba for
Nara have done very
Nana
Yes. Shelley, there's this lady Shelley and
yeah.
Who debate and it was. Oh
my idea. My idea. Yeah, but my basso hapana. I have bassboard anybody a monte. Neda. And I bet Yaka Crano, Yakabana or platform no sono. I bet take a moon to me for any do matter. And Tia Mama Iko, says a budget, no, send your more come one seven. Na oto na kinkan bi na oti nsemo more kana na ya hometisem say big push yes ye $10 billion na ebe ye na hwe sika ye di komu a zembe hu ba bia na eno sa no na fe sa project no kra ne dia wa hye bo no ntimi na be na modie na mujaye no watimi ba bi
enu nti na wo mo mpese wo be ka ho asebo kra because hwe mu a ansa na ye be ba ba mu no ndc tradition training allowance teacher training allowance free SHS som si yentimi ye
yes
era jo mama kai say over 2 billion
on fan ko free education yeah
ena ya ye ena Ghana fo agiatum ebe ye major campaign issue nti ompo awoso mo chro eka say omunyaya
Ombe.
So that's it.
Meanwhile, Omakumemu no.
So that's it. It is ahoɔden a sustaining some projects in such social interventions. Ama enema ba beto no. Omunya sa ahoɔden no emfanye.
Okay.
What that's it.
Okay.
Omunya sa.
Ana we former deputy health minister. Agenda 111 ho ba asem. Patro hwe budget no hu allocation for agenda 111 woman.
Agenda 111.
Yes.
Allocation. Cool. One line be pet any agenda 111 one line so line no kura no de o kan ya no say agenda 111 no abaye committed so obeye na obeye in phases
okay
and no budget
okay
beyond that no ye rajoma am president aka say agenda 111 no aban eni sika o de behim
okay
what I say
yes
enti no de obebe o hwe sika kura no a yen yesusu di to ho no mo say aka de be wi a omo so wa betwa sika foforo sika no so nya Ghana cedis no aka say aditerate ana bibi $1 enti dia na ba mu asesa no but yate e won ko ba mienu mu a kire say wo hwe mu a ade de omo pe partnership no mo de aye
okay
na ya pe kwan bi so na de aye no enye kwa iti no say private sector de bebe mu say obi na eba be so mu and IMF program no yentimi ko peska bia obebia I just a businessman na me ni for private sector to come on board na dey me nka sentia
okay
because me a private person na me work
into that sector
system but say ye be ya ye de be money pa obenya ho ahoden aye no na aka so just say but enka sabri nka ban ye du baabi na say or say or the ma private needs on berania and kenya bad kenya bad ye say ye wi agenda 111 and nurses for be from be 20 to 20
and about be o make na kra
ye be nurses be 20 to 30,000 what I say ntia na ye ka say ye mfa ni pe bia in this budget so what kind of budget say you say they are going to implement seriously a freeze on employment any replacement na make us say employment in keken po die freeze on employment na nyehu et say replacement no replacement dey very normal budget aye di tuaka no e wo ho ya hye budget no nenso afie ye nim so obi be retirement January obi be retirement February every month be any people retirement nipa do retirement in the various public sector no o ka o bomu a edoso a beti be the young ones abegu e do kwa wo say mabane me nya replacement impo hey abaya o promise 133
asem ha adwe pa na ye behwe ni Nyankopon e be nyina
ya me de wa ni de
because ne ekoso idie say ehu
ya me aye ni de awie ya ga ye
ehu pa all right onabunti moving away from that no wo hwe Endra me hu say leader akasa about Bank of Ghana former appointees are ye radio mu fi ene kwa mu fa so eye no wo hu bi be kana
ye di kan be bisa question ya na em say na me hwe say Minister for Interior any national security minister eba masebedwum ke bibisa ne say enti again na national security for the general so e de call Iraq can ofriata fi e ko ready because saa question na me bisa no me bisa saa question no saa esan say yewura special prosecutor say enyo no na suma national security for saa read na call yewa kenofrata fie nim hu bi say onim hu bia national security for no omkoye den o kenofrata fie yewura special prosecutor kra say saa read no na eye staged say nya videos na me hu ya enkobie no obegie di say national security for the call yewura special prosecutor e ka say eye staged nenne beyond that national security for asase air call mia bi yakọ Bank of Ghana honomo yewura no that signals bureau ano kwan fa so che no okete chi no ne ade no a we bi say enti national security say the ebe ye no obi a raise matter pa say national security special operations e so yina no ya Japan na di kai odo di anim
yes
one year Japan
yes so yeah director in charge of special operations for national security
enti no ye describe na ye hwan owura bi a no wa mimu na Joma ma ye president amifo chiro ka say kwan bi so enti no on sem fata so betan so jamu e ye yi na di e wo Joma ma ba
mu
sani pay yewura Joma ma ba president ya fan so no only di national security
in fact the same aban no ayesuma ne say ye na defeat military mu wie no the same aban no sign man contract say onkoto ambulance semra ehun semo e ba e de bebre na Joma ma san aba ene wasan man adwuma say only di national security special
operations
ona munyina mo at risk because so you former appointee
about who was so
ye nim down bewura mo so fi
me de fie de obefa bia me amini o de so am baby apeso o fam bia fa me ko o jamia na na no bia ka kire me na kwesi susu kasa na o target na me obi dan kasa me obi atisi mo kasa mi ena maba mra se bedwum ma se bedwum so
kasa na mo
kasa what does it?
Yes.
And then no, your position, no. Yet ye be yarn, see, you heard that by any I can want some. It ye become once. It is ye come once a no more young can. That young day. Now, Ghana for one, I ja. Also, Kakako, hey, now the baby yan say, ye best send your quancy your quabatumu. Now, yen to me, she say, ye may ye Ghana for a big general so dear tuaba. Okay, say, about to a koi. Enyaba ba obebisa say iti pa ne pa say e de na course ntia ye du ntwu ehun se makoye
bebre ebusa fe na do afidi ato ase a honorable Alexander Kwesi Akwa MP for Atem Odan constituency in the Eastern region osanso ye former deputy health minister no pay no AD enkomo kai say aben peche promo no ekoso *256 *4 hash na wafa number 2 wontum radio movement TV Accra na fi wadi prompt na chi onso bitime sa lucky winner no honorable just after so control the parliament
mkoto no
in the last parliament about 8 parliament money no na ewie na after see to aba ewie enipa bebre akasa party for bebre a church adwene na ebinum de ano ohye kurasi adwasa for de ebinum de nso eduru ne de entra party issue statement me the first one the ban no pano and it say a more party ni be enka party assembly mo medium then the second one and they say I refer address for to the disciplinary committee what didn't you know saying
me no dey kai address for man koto no ma so bejum keke
okay
oye MP
okay
oh do mi kwa
oh ten in person so oh okay
yeah chabti o keke kwa mi nyuma kra
wa djuma so san wo okay
enti ansana me kom na so bejum kra ono kom na so bejum as MPP no mi a me boa MPP fo bia no
okay e wo ne person so okay
moi e de ma no sabre no na endis wa ba mu ntinaja o ye bibi kra na o ye sie oba hospital ho kode na eja ye pa bibi e de boa no fi then so en wachi no sa wo so die no Antoine Kososa akopum se be kom na se bedwemu a koto no ne hu sem ba na se bedwemu no ye nyinara na ye worried because sabre no sa 137 ne die na obia e hwese nyina mmarahyɛ badwafo bɛyɛ etu ho akyɛ they be sacrifice ye dey ho bɛbɔ afɔdeɛ de ama party because that party no egina baby a enye enti de course no obi ante ase na menya kwan to kwan ekɔ program bi na me kɔ no na oteme nkyɛn no flight no nti ye di nkomo sabre no en samo ka kyerɛ me ɛne nkomo ni bi yɛ na ma hu sɛ sɛ nipa obi kɔ ya o me obi kɔ bibi mu ɛfa ho ne de ɔyɛ mpo a wo hia mpani bi sɛ obɛbɛn no na woni ne di nkomo nti sabre no a na mpanifo bi try so mo be coach no mbɛbɛn no e wo de na okumu no na ye mu bi ye nte ase but me gidi se ensem ahye ne bo ache ensem ahye ne bo ache titu kura ne se ye se lusu do me kwa benya aka ho enti no ehun sensem a ba ni ade nyina na amana ye bebre na se osono to fom a
aboa bi abonu bi
sa pepe nti osono atofom nti enne no uhu se obi aka de e wona boso eya a party laws dey eya pa o eya pa it is not as if you say you lose presidency keke but senia ye nuanu mandisi for the last parliament year 137 ba ko pe bro so na esan say ye kro mo na ye den the womo ye wo power so dey power they are presidency no but na ye feel it opposition.
It was almost like normal really a mighty parliament.
That's it. Until ye ya parliament aboye na
presidency so
aboye no because say ya ye call mashe bidwemu e ko to 8th parliament no na ye nim si ye de ho ya dwuma ama ya ba 9 mu ya ba ya ho kakra but the no hwe number e kura ye no a ahomje bi anim there was a man kan timu a from Monday to Friday ubeko TV sunu radio so saa enye obi na peka so na se wo wan kwa kasa nkyerɛkyerɛ ni mamu a hwanya ene bɛyɛ ona wo mra se bedwom ye wa ne mra se bedwa party no afekwa ne ye hyehyɛ ye nso nya ye hwɛ de ekoso ha ban ne manyina wo de fa mra se bedwom ti wan fi wani no wan hwɛ no wan fi bia mbɛkyerɛ Ghana fo ene ekyirifo a wo mo mabuafu omo NDC fo de ebufu hye wo mu na ma o man kɔto aba no omo hu ne enti o so mo kɔto aba ema ye eno nti kwa na ye mu bi no aban pelifo bi di o mani esi so a yesi ye target but dey bekoso akasa enti na edin nti ye loss yi die ayedin enti ene no se yetimi bo obi din se o ka ho ene elusu seat we o ka ho na se na no bi ni make kasa se me se me vote ko fom na o se party die o ye die internal opposition no ya na no odin ai
e se no kure hu sin abonten
die that's it it no the party asamoba na se yenya party mpanifo ansom na o manya hoode amfrɛ afa mienu eni nkoma ya na edi cause the de ba yawo no eye game of opportunity obia person say ne nyonko na okonanim ba me de bia maka say so wo de sa be politics a wo nche wo politics because ene nipa no wo meniati indi so wo sore say wo de an say wo be say nipa no ansa wako wanimu a hadwene iti ono so nsem bia watetetie no na ama o yifinu party kata de beto odwa no make no better late than never and can was a party the issue started no long enough but me me hu ne say ya makwan say ye lucide de wo bia dwene mu de wo bia chim no obetimi aka sane e be ya ebufo bia be fu ye because ye nimpa say ye nkofo dodo na nkoto aba o man to aba nyina no eye bufuo ebufuo no so bi obi wo no mu a ote baabi enye ono ana ne person bufuo but opani bi a ohwe no opani bi odi na chi no ya ye na yakayaka de bi na sa nipa no anye bufuo na a translate to obia internet ye mo obia kwan mo obia kasa na ka no na yekoye nim but kasa ni bi wo nso a ya mianim ni obehwe no ye bewie no na hwe agija party media de ekoso nyina no misro ka de meka ne say party impedifo no so obosore menka party impedifo ene wo mo ekura positions of party dem as executives dem ye wo impedifo bi wo party dem a ero me agron media chi acho me hu edubu ahen media edubu ahen achi empenia sabre na omudi Professor Albert Dubois Nyechi Salifu Diaka amakutufoɔ no ne ade no na ye mpanimfo a ba prof ha ne ye wo bi nti ne ye hu sabre ne ye nim de ɛkɔ ntawata bi na aba party mu mpo a na opsampanifo yi eba be hia mpani a ne ka te ensamase na aya adwobrewo ensemu bi a na enkomo bi a ekoso am de ba so ati bie no afi na me eti ase afi na me eti ase
enkomo ana otene sabre no ana wonti ase
na me te enne
ase na
that is it because any opposition
okay
sabre ni opposition so enti no sacrifice bia e be ya nyina ebenya power no awose ye enti enyo bia so de betimi enya akoma na wa mene nsam ni bi obu ho no mu a wo se opuba se di pa ne bi obepu aba no na e ha adwene enti sempani party mpani fo nkokrafo a sabi yesuso mumu ni ade abu ho no mo ni ade no da ebi ewuko dodo na so ho wo man timi ansore waka no man frɛ because the equity ni ya chro bradisman committee no mo ni ade no the normal structures no ya hwe ye be ha adwene because be gidi say enne say adwo be ko say on ko obi anim wankwa wabu party anim tia obu party anim tia party be so be take decision party take decision o wa chidifo na party no na e krake but say penifo be mienu miensa bi amwo party nim atifie e fresh adwoa e pese ehia wa be gidi say adwoa be pese obeko because ene letter ya churei yeah, just in code letter.
Yes.
In one interview, Adwa Oka esusu dia say bra wasan ba ya the certain position as a former leader na aye compromise. Yedina ko tena ba bi no. Yeah, just in code yi. Any Habib na ebua e ma ye twi ne ba enim. And that means say Kodia knows exactly what Adwa has gone through. Because Sabre no or the hu jimu ena ohwe ya ma no a good sitting place there and they not could you nim
no nim ne ekoso
adwa I go through odim de wa akoso so that here it no me the best menua ba na say whatever it is pen party na friend party ni ne ensom no whatever it is no pen for friend no ebeya onko na onya kwan enka ni nsem nyina de wo se ye de boa no nso do ya de aboa no esa se party ni nkabom ehia ye party ni nkabom ye ni bresa o ndc fo no omu bisa me se anna kwesi maso je egu ye so sa ena me se na ye ma mo 8 years o ye no ye dim se 4 years ena da ye dim esa se ye wa joma ama 4 years pe no wo owie 4 years no a ye wo level playing field die nyina e ba be pre etino entese ne obi ko 8 years ni aka se ye twintwen so na ya ka ma first 4 years no ay mistakes ansa there be we 4 years no na ye takre wo mu de mo be ya ye Ghana fo ebe hu se mu twa atro mo de na da na be gya akonwa no ya medi ayi MP wawe for about 3.5 years and medi deputy minister for about 6 months bi sebe o compare two no a
enyepe na
masaba be di opposition MP for 4 years enye pekura it is say your party nim tama na me deputy minister na wo nyama bi a be complaining wo ho ba maba be ye opposition MP no say me wo party nim na me power me government wo power na me nyama minister mpa
anka
eti ni ebe ye bia ye betimi enya aban na yetimi dia boa yen krofo na dia boa Ghana fo no awose ye sacrifice bia awose ye bia no awose ye enti me de meka wo sasemi na no atoto asre empanifo se won sorry na one starting frefre na yemfa mra ento fom kakra ye kasa sabri ye pejam mrema ye ne bawe a ebufuo na wa manfo mu no ebe se ye party
okay anopai we are learning from there's an kadua call Kesben anopai me who say Kesben for a publish say the MPP penny for be akonifie to stop her from going for the interview. So say na work I think so we be a good step. And ben for nache. Omache was say
sanya me wona o say opposition no opposition no any the level of defeat no enye ye nyina ne aso de fimu na no bi ka o se akasa ide ni nyina afiri mo ni so abiri mu e wo mo opposition apanso because we never expected this level of defeat elections there I set for here one na ya no bebutu 80 presidency the year I mean aba one time but parliamentary no any seat dudu bia efiyensa no it is something we cannot forgive ourselves it when one man sabe say yen ma ye mrantie wa hode gina na so mpu no ye mfiri mu mfi ya yen papa no ne ye ba minimum panimfu atifie no wo mo ti wa ho kura no etibi yo mo bone what that say enti no o ma chede but say o ma hu say da bi so mo tenase adwene nkukuo no ho pa sa no a wa ha party no e be free yensa ko this agenda no e fi o manwa so person gu MPP yen so e ba ba mu yen so etimi kai sa so e be gu NDC enti no po de yen fa nka asam but e wo se hyehye ne ma ye said ye be ya 4 years idie ye de be che after 4 years ye call next for the 2028 idie Ghana form fan che yen see e beti mind this asa betra ko aban so bi da bi Ghana form timi fan che yen
I see. Honorable Alexander Kwesi Akwani ena yeti nkan me ma last opportunity say unye ntwa odro ne abetwa ansa ne aye akakra ne yedwumedi na bawie star 256*4# star 256*4# no for 2 ne ewuntumi radio movement TV Accra na wa follow prompt no na fe ne di etire nyina no watimi e di aka ho na onso betimi aye sa lucky winner no na wadi osika Rabonti see ano eba say no an ye be introduce na we ka we ma we nti na we ka ma we ma na we person favor we ni ade enipa e wo anisuade hu some be contested regional level it will be a problem no constituency level national level parliamentary primaries presidential primaries sabre aye building conduct no munye den
de dikai party for nhwe will be a oba bejina for a particular position no se wo ni bibia wo be kandiama party no eso de jina na yire no ho na obehwe obi sinto a say nipa oni hwe mayen because the party belongs to the party people the party for dia no se ye nyina yeti a ye ka say wo mra se bedwomo wo ye president wo ye hwan ye o sabe we nyina ye dan party for the party for na party ni yomodia party for ne ti ase se enye de oba be sai obi ene de oba be ka obi sinto akere nemo nipa no enka de odo pesa wo ye differently ebe boa ye se ye tenesa no a ebe ma obi a ahwe se obehwe nanim eye democratic party
okay
eye party a ye ka bi ma men ka bi party MPP party no ye ka bi ma men di pa eti se nipa no entimi amma se me no de me pese me yeni a ene na wo do tranchen ma party for emom
okay
de to su mi no osuru bia osuru atofom enti abo bia ebo ne bi but osuru be peja osuru be san
asori bi wo
ejira ne na so ansa no osuru be jira ne na so kwan be so e osuru be fa obegina ne na so yen a yen na party no se peja osuru no kwan be so the first of page also yen fa yen ni hwe say it's not about me but it's about the party
enipa hwe ne saade because na say obi hwe ne personal agenda
eno no fi hin na buy if you hin fa na buy because yes politics party a interest game but who say we interest no override the national interest, the party's interest. Na ye very personal. And na wonko babia. Na wonko babia. E was say we interest no, etimi yes be de boa party no. Akonya we amenye, me boa ma party no, aso de jane na so. Akonya we amenye, me boa ama party na baba mu, manetimi aboa o man Ghana. So, enti omo a omo pe the brebi say a presidential say a party position de ubeye nyina ne se hwa se unye bibi manin collapse party esa se party no oba be som no etofomu a untimi nsom ho som ada wo so som party fo no ehu so opeso som mo a omo so beji wa tu no maso mu no mapeja no mama kwan ema wetimi asom party
obite madam bi se Felicia Adeka osimimi sa so papa ohona ono papa ye adwuma o post office. Okay. We see a friend Nana Kofi di ewu Darlington. So Honorable Alexander Kwesi Akwa. Honorable Alexander Kwesi Akwa's analysis is cogent. This great man has really transformed Odna constituency, and God will continue to expand his territories. We are some nowhere. And Ramatu Abubakar say onososo anope or share na or say onososo wa feel analysis ne pa nti onososo ebo wabaso say onososo echia papa nti yeda omo nyina ase ene mo a mo hwe nyina ase ona bo yede yankomo no beba wie yewi ene yesi jamienu atokejeti abako adum kumase baako okejeti a crofo shops ene nkrofo adan ahye crofo nema ahye na opani baako na Kwesi Ahen ana one Love FM kumase kasa no pay o say idum kane a na yaso idum yaso hu ya se ejatum a ehoshe de na o bibia beka ho
ejasihie menua aban baso edwa ahyehye pa ya minim se na tie mimi sei ikodi MP
ebito
within 9 months the ja ehye oda marketing na sigurable nyamia daroma bra yas yetimi peja market no esi ho no na nti mitise ja ato ba bi pe na me mahye ye koso no yema aban fa de ho nyim na aban intensify security wo market because ye koso no de be semeti ase a
ebo adwen so
ai ene aban asesa na asrafo ne anase ni security pending for we new fire boss wachire ne say fire service no wo bepejem na no bi ka kire me say fire service for to abati aye pa ese campaign a omo am ye omo ho say fire service no say NDC for ba mu a na omo hwe wo omo enti na no na me ka say ene na say no ye hwe say aban beto one district one fire tender.
Okay.
Send ya yesu ba ye the ambulance back call every district. Into district bia no aban fire tender.
Okay.
Na ye ma ye ni nko fire for.
In fact, fire Juma last time I check here na Kofu ya fire tender na isi dua so. Ne taye tutuma isi wadru eso. Enti hu hia se be ma mu fidia
yesi oda market no ye ja bia ese the fire tender be si ho.
Okay,
because it was one of the recommendations ye ja bia no see the fire tender be si ho ye ba be hand over one day me inspection na me si o me ko fire for na bom say na ha nyina ya fire baako fire tender baako na de ne tender na be si market ha debe munya tender sa ase ye hu contractor no ye another means ye de benya insurance bibinia ye betimi install our market on enti no ye sha ban yi ye ba ye one district one ambulance moso munya one district one fire service na ye hu se maba be boa fire for na ye ma fire no enye ehia de omo a omo ne ma hye nso ye momu nyina akose ye momu afrimu so wenya wonkwa BBC no normally ye be no na nyema na ahye na nipa no enya etime frimu nti se we frimu a bia na nyamiase se we nya wonkwa.
All right. Na bo yeda sano pay
so be that Dawuro
Abishayera Alexander Kwesi Akwa ena Martin in Council ni edin komo on movement in the morning. Ora Robert Manfo ewo Woodbridge Virginia o say ne ofa ase ba kwe friend Tony o Kumase ene eye na woda nti yen we no happy birthday emfa emano yen kan che ne se obonyame mpaye se nyame ebe mano enkwa tenten a ahoodin ewom ti yeda mase papa asante ye draw ne ahwe winner for today na fi yewia na yede bibia asi ene ayi fiada na kwa meje sisi du fiada about 12 o'clock into for because obetu fiada de obetu fo atwen na bra mande anopa enti 024